For the final time, 3 teams take turns picking units and racing through Fire Emblem using only units that they have drafted, all to determine who is the Fire Emblem Draft Race Relay Champion. And this time, we drafted units from 2 games at once, Fire Emblem Awakening and the classic Fire Emblem 7, the Blazing Blade. The team with the lowest total time from this race and the previous 2 races wins it all. So in this video, I will go over each team's planned strategies for the drafting and the racing, and of course I will give you the highlights of the race itself. And as always, if you want to watch the full race, just scroll down to find the relevant VODs. Before we dive into strategizing, I think it would be good to do a little explaining of the rules of an Awakening draft race, since it is not a game I've featured on this channel before, and the rule set is a little different from most older games. For one, we usually draft race on the easiest difficulty, but Awakening is played on hard mode, because on the easy difficulty there, in normal, the enemies are just so weak that almost every unit just kind of no-brains through them, and so quickly that drafting feels a bit pointless. And for 2, who is and is not free in Awakening is a bit more complicated. In most games, we make the Lords and the Dancer free for everyone to use, as well as the early pre-promote or Geene to ensure no one is soft locked. And Awakening is kind of like that, but a little more complicated. The Dancer Olivia is free. The Lords of this game, Chrom and arguably the Avatar or Robin, are free for everyone to use up until the end of Chapter 6, and the same goes for Frederick, the Geene. But after that it gets a little funky. After Chapter 7, Frederick is considered draftable, meaning only those who drafted him can use him and everyone else can no longer do so. So a little bit like Seth is treated in FE8, and well, yeah, that's it. Chrom and Robin are usually banned to be used after Chapter 7, except as a pair of bots, and when they're paired up, they are allowed to dual strike, so they're basically backpack only. They're also free to use for the portion of that late game map where you fight Valadar because no one else is able to. In this race, however, we agreed to allow Chrom to be draftable since it theoretically made the draft picking more interesting. So, to summarize, these 3 are free until the end of Chapter 6, then after Chapter 6 Robin is a pair up bot, Chrom is either allowed if you drafted him and a pair up bot if you didn't, and Frederick is either allowed if you drafted him or banned if you didn't. Now let's talk about child units and paralogs. Awakening has this interesting rule where in order for your run to count, you have to complete at least 1 paralog and get a new unit from that paralog. Note that this doesn't necessarily mean a child paralog, which has some interesting consequences, but we'll get into those. In addition, if you draft a mom, then you get their child for free. So for example, if you draft Cordelia, then you are free to use Severa as well. The exceptions to this are Morgan and Lucina, who are drafted separately. Morgan's paralog does count as a paralog, but Lucina's joining map does not, because it's in the main story. Now there are more rules, but I think those are the most complicated ones, not explained by a single line of text on the overlay. Before we get into the draft itself though, let's look at the standings. The total times of the first 2 races add up as follows. In 3rd place is 5 Fanged Offense with about 5.5 hours. 2nd place is My Dart Will Go On with a time slightly over 5 hours, and leading currently is the Libra Bunga with a team just under 4 hours and 40 minutes. That means if we all go equally fast, then the Libra Bunga, the team that has me in it, will win. However, if My Dart Will Go On makes up about 20 minutes over the course of 2 entire games, they can steal 1st place from us, a realistic thing. And while 5 Fanged Offense is almost an hour behind 1st place, there is still a lot that can go wrong, especially in FE7, the game with Zoldam and Uhai and Battle Before Dawn. With that said, let's get into the drafting strategies. How do you even begin to prepare for a draft and a race of 2 games at once? Which games and units do you prioritize? From the post-race talks, I can tell that not everyone had the exact same strategies going into this, but we did all agree independently that FE7 drafting took priority. Even though Awakening is on hard mode, it still has a very large number of viable carries, whereas FE7 only really has 4 or 5 depending on who you ask, with all the other units producing much worse times. With Awakening's fairly liberal reclassing, you can turn a lot of units into real gods that can curb stomp most maps, while FE7 units are more set in their ways. And besides combat units, there are some additional utility roles to consider. Awakening maps, for example, are sometimes sped up by the use of a rescue staff, while FE7 has numerous tasks for mounted units, as well as some units that provide stat boosters through their utility or an easy recruitment that they unlock. Alright, stage is set, teams are ready, and let's get drafting. So all teams agreed independently pretty much that FE7 would be a focus, like I said. And so the first draft was, of course, Heath for 5-fanged offense. 5-fanged offense consists of Castle 345, Meister Schwartz, Spam, Use, and Vicious Sal. Not all of them played, I believe. Sal, for example, streamed the whole thing, so if you want to watch the whole VOD, I would recommend just focusing on his perspective, because it's all perspectives. But he wasn't present. I don't know exactly what the division of tasks for FE7 and FE13 was for all the other teams. I can mostly just speak from my experience, but I do know that whoever was in charge for FE7 got that right, because Heath is a very good pick. They're in first pick, which means that the next math, like 4 picks, will not be FE7, and so it's really nice to have a unit that does almost everything by himself for FE7. The other carries like Florina, Hawkeye, and Dart, they all are more dependent on secondaries, whereas Heath can do pretty much everything on his own. There are some cases where having a secondary that's good is helpful, such as Isadora, but they just save time, but they don't really impact Heath's normal plan, if that makes any sense. So it's a good way to just get most of FE7 out of the way, and then they could just focus their next picks on Awakening if necessary, or they could pick some good secondaries if they're left over. So this was a good position for them. Next is DB, Deliberate Bunga. That's me, and that's Geene, and that's Klaire, although she wasn't present for this one, and that's Pyrope. So we were like, well, we're not getting Heath. We don't want to do Florina. Like most teams, we were not the most familiar with Florina carry. I probably could do it, but because Pyrope was doing the FE7 early game, I didn't really feel comfortable handing him the tough training arc that Florina had. And so we kind of just wrote her off as a carry, and I think most teams had a similar experience. So Florina was pretty much out. We still kind of wanted FE7, but we figured with the 2 flyers out of the picture, we're just going to have to do a Berserker carry, either a Hawkeye or Darts. If you haven't watched FE7 draft races lately, you might be surprised to hear Dart is one of the better ones, but he is. And I was like, well, if we're forced to play with a Berserker carry either way, I don't think the team Dart, funnily enough, will pick both of them. They just have too many other things they need to draft to just start hate drafting like that. Even though they want to catch up to our first place, I don't think they would hate draft that badly, especially because it would just give us like other good picks that we can get. Like, even if they pick both of those Berserkers, we could just get Florina anyway, or do like Fiora carry, or figure something out. It would be a waste of their picks to just pick both Berserkers. So if one of them is going to make it back to us, we can pick something else that we want. And so we could pick a secondary. We could pick like Isadora or Fiora, or we could focus on Awakening and pick, for example, Frederick, a unit that we really wanted for Awakening for our plan. I'll go more in depth on our Awakening plan in a little bit, but we decided to go with Frederick, and I think the teams afterwards agreed this was a good decision. This is probably when I should make the disclaimer that I am not the most knowledgeable on Awakening draft racing. I've tried to learn all I can from conversations and talking to the teams and everything, but some things went over my head. What I know about Frederick is he's not the carry for the whole game. I don't remember if he can be. He probably can be. I think I talked to people and I know he can be, but he's not the best ever. But he can do it if necessary. But well, he was mostly picked because the early game is kind of tough. I said earlier that after Chapter 6, he is not to be allowed anymore, but until then, everyone has access to him. But Chapter 7, for example, can be really tricky if you don't have your carry online yet. So having Frederick there is nice. I know other teams solve this in a different way that might overall be better for your draft picking economy. But for the kind of strictish plan that we had in mind for our Awakening carry, made Frederick a really sensible pick for this, I think. Now, Team Dart, who I rudely forgot to introduce in my initial recording, but it's Joshua, Loudheart, Galux, and Justin. Had pretty much every option open that they wanted to. They didn't want Florina either. You kind of expect them to take like whichever they're more familiar with between the Berserkers, either Hawkeye or Dart. And usually the way 4-player draft races go with Hawkeye and Dart, Dart and Fiora go together. They just have a very set like game plan basically, which is basically just taking down strategies and just copy pasting them. At least for me, that's the strats. You can pretty much replace a lot of those with like Hawkeye Fiora strats, and that's why they ended up picking Hawkeye Fiora instead. Hawkeye works with like a lot of other setups, like you can do like Hawkeye Isadora, Hawkeye with like Kent and Wrath both, or one of them replace Isadora. He does need like 2 extra units with 7 or 8 move to get a fast timing crazed beast specifically, and there's other reasons why you would want like some kind of mounted flunky with him. Where Dart more specifically wants Fiora, and I'll get into the specifics why when it's relevant. Generally, I think they both have roughly the same late game plans with one key difference, and that key difference is really why you want Fiora, but almost everything else that Fiora does up until that point can be replaced with Isidora, which is why this didn't really worry me so much. Like, we had other things we could do. But it's also a smart denial pick though, because it does mean I have to play with Dart with some unfamiliarity. Now at this point, the obvious pick for us is to take Dart and say, okay, that's our carry, let's move on to the next game, or take our Awakening carry, which again we'll get into. And there's lots of other options here. We did something odd. 5-Fanged Offense already has their FE7 carry, and unless they want to hate draft us really bad, again, they're probably not going to take Dart away from us. And even if he does, well, we can again get by with Florina probably. Won't be happy about it, but we'll probably do it. But what if we picked our secondary first again and just picked another unit that is not going to be doing all the work the whole game? It's a little bit risky, and you could argue we already got kind of punished, because if we picked Hawkeye here, for example, we'd be in a somewhat better position, I would say. Considering the Hawkeye Fiora hate draft, but we ended up picking Isidora, and the main reason we did that is to deny it from 5-Fanged Offense, while also giving us the secondary that we're going to need for Dart anyway. Like, we want both Dart and Isidora. Like, the next best unit besides that is like Kent, maybe, and even that is like very questionable. There's a lot of ways that this wouldn't work out with Kent, and Isidora is just free. Like, she's kind of just like a 10/1 promoted Kent for free. And like I said, Heath is improved by having Isidora, and they would really love to have her. So I think this is a good denial pick for us. But it does put us into round 3 without our carry. So it was a scary position to be in. The middle is a little bit awkward. I was kind of happy with it during the draft because it meant we were always going to get a pick between their 2 picks. And so, for example, in this case, we know they're likely not going to draft an FE7 character that we really want. And so we'll probably know that it gets back to us. But also, we're in the middle, and they get to pick 2 at once, which means they get to pick like a pair of units, and they know that those 2, if they don't just get denied, they can't get denial picked at all if they pick in pairs. In a way, it's hard to explain, but 2 at once gives a certain sense of certainty. Like, you could just say, okay, if we really want these 2 units right now, these are the 2 units we want the most, we pick them now, and then sure, when we get back around, we reevaluate. Whereas here we constantly have to reevaluate because the turn gets back to us all the time. I both like and dislike this middle position a whole lot, but in this case it was at least interesting to play. It does feel a lot better than in 3-player though, where you have like 2 players picking between your picks still, whereas the edges feel a lot more comfortable. Anyway, that's the reason behind the Isidora pick, but it sure looks odd to have 2 short-ish term pre-promote mounted units on our team, and not much else yet. Anyway, here 5-Fanged Offense started on Awakening again, and they picked Chrom and Lucina. As I said before, Chrom was agreed to be allowed as a draftable pick, even though the original runs for hard mode, the original rules for original hard mode, how many times can I say original, banned him as a pick. The reason I think was that it made draft more interesting. I don't know if I agree with that in hindsight, but again, far be it from me to commentate Awakening rule sets. I feel like that rule that was like suggested for 4 players and not necessarily for this race, but I mean, it was a really good set of units. The idea is basically you can use Chrom for all game long. This is really good. He can be used for all game if you want to, but even better, by training Chrom a whole lot beyond like chapter 6 or 7, you also get a really good Lucina for free, and Lucina just takes over. Awakening is strange in a way that, yeah, almost all units can become good, but especially the early units, the Gen 1 units, if you will, they do end up hitting some like soft ceilings. Like, there's some things they cannot do later in the game when the enemy stats spike a little bit. They don't spike as hard as they do in like Lunatic or Lunatic Plus, but they do become a significant amount stronger, and sometimes Chrom will just miss those benchmarks. But by training Chrom, you get a Lucina that just kind of picks up where Chrom leaves off, but then just gets even better stats from there, and has access to a whole bunch of extra classes. I believe their plan was to have Chrom marry someone that gives Lucina the Wyvern class, and then she can just be a flyer, something Chrom can never be because flying is not in his reclass set. No Wyvern or Pegasus there, but Lucina can get it, or anything else you want to get her. it just becomes a lot easier to do so. So yeah, pretty solid pair of Awakening units in hindsight, and probably pretty easy to use too, and it just comfortably can cruise through the game with that. So that's like all the Awakening power that they're going to need in the first 3 picks. So right now it looks like first pick is really good. Fortunately for us, 5-ranked offense is pretty far behind from first place. I'd much rather they get a broken ass team than my Dart will go on. But still, it's a little bit scary to see. Back then, though, we were mostly focused on our own picks. We were just kind of happy we didn't get Denial picked here, and we weren't too worried about what their opponents were going to pick. But in hindsight, this does look really scary, knowing how good these two are. Anyway, back to us. Well, we still would like to pick Dart, and I think at this point we decided we can no longer like get away with it, because what if Team Dart at the bottom decides, okay, actually Dart Fiora does seem kind of good, we'll pick that too. Like, it's just too risky not to pick him at this point. What else is going to give you more utility than just taking Dart? So we took Dart, and now our FE7 team is semi-complete, but we still need an Awakening carry. But we didn't think our Awakening carry was going to get counter-picked, so we went with that. Now, Team Dart has probably my favorite draft pick in the whole thing. For their 3rd pick, they went to their first Awakening pick, and it's Donald. Now, why the heck would you pick Donald? To be fair, that could also be swapped with their actual first pick, I guess, for Awakening, which is Sully. So Sully is just a good carry. I believe she has Wyvern access, and also she just has she has the time to grow strong in the early game and just become good. Now, why the heck would you pick Donald? Well, remember the rule about you have to do a paralog and you have to get a unit from the paralog, not necessarily a child. Donald is a child in the sense that he's very young. And pretty weak at base, and he is a unique unit that you can get, and the Donald Paralog is one of the fastest paralogs that you can do. It's not the fastest probably overall, but it's pretty good, and it also just doubles as a training arc chapter if you want for someone like Sully. Most paralogs are unlocked later on, like the child paralogs are, but Donald's is not. You can just do it early on. Even we consider doing the Donald Paralog even though we didn't have Donald. So this is a pretty good way to save time on that paralog you have to do, while doubling up as a way to just get more stats on your carry, which in this case is Sully. And of course, you also get access to Shell, but I don't believe that was relevant at all. But this way, I guess, to circumvent having to do the Shell paralog or have another paralog unit be picked for that specifically. So pretty good. I believe they said in hindsight that Sully was arguably the best carry for Awakening, but again, I don't have the expertise to judge that. But that is something to keep in mind as we evaluate the race. Pretty good picks overall. Now, for us, we also wanted our Awakening carries, thinking like, okay, she could get sniped. So Geene was our Awakening carry in the sense that he is the one who races most of it. Pyrope was doing both early games for both FE7 and Awakening, and then Geene was going to take over for the 2/3 of the Awakening. They made a late game. Now he's going to do the rest of FE7. And Geene has one carry that he knows very, very well, that he got a bunch of good times with, and that is Cordelia carry, which is absolutely based. So the way I understand Cordelia carry works is she joins in, I believe it's chapter 7 actually, the map where you lose people like Robin and Crom, and Frederick can use for free, although we have Frederick ourselves. You train her in that chapter, and a little bit after that, you promote to Dark Flyer as soon as possible, start working on getting Galeforce, then you marry Robin, or you marry someone else, and you produce a Galeforce Severa. You recruit Severa in her paralog, train her up, and then you have a double Galeforce. And you know how Awakening has a bunch of kill boss maps? Those maps are over in like one turn if you do it right. With the help of like double Galeforce plus Olivia and maybe a rescue staff use, you save so many combats and so much time. Awakening has a lot, like, if you just like bunga through Awakening with a normal combat unit, let's say Paladin Crom, you will kill almost everything in a pretty fast manner. Like, you kind of wish you could do that in FE7 sometimes, but you do lose a lot of time on this like combat animations, having to go around terrain and stuff. This is not a problem that Cordelia and a reclassed Severa would have. So that plan is pretty good. Cordelia does have a rough training arc at the start, and there are some issues with this Galeforce setup that I will explain later. And of course, having to train Severa takes a long while, but there is an argument for familiarity that helps. Pyrope practiced a lot with the Cordelia training arc as well as the early game before it, keeping Cordelia's in mind, like knowing how to use like Cordelia and Frederick together in chapter 7. And Geene just has way more experience with Cordelia than any of the other carries. So we decided familiarity over like optimization, and just kind of hyper focused on practicing that, knowing she probably wouldn't be counterpicked. I do believe other teams were aware that we were going for something like this, maybe not sure of it, but like had suspicions. But she's not considered good enough to counterpick that early, so we were pretty safe on doing it. We were a little paranoid about it, I will admit. But yeah, that was our plan, is Cordelia Severa carry. And Geene made sure to practice with it and made sure he got good with it. So familiarity is a pretty good way to get through a race. Knowing what you have to do beforehand so you don't have to think about it is very helpful always. So yeah, Cordelia carry it is. Let me check what the next pick is. Alright, so at this point, 5-fanged offense went for Wrath in FE7. Good secondary for Heath. Usually Wrath is picked for Crazed Beast reasons. He can get the bottom left fort by himself, or Suicide Drop Hector on the top left fort. Heath can do all those things by himself, so I'm not sure exactly what the reasoning was for picking Wrath here. It's not like Team Dart will go on will need Wrath for anything. But there's some like funny things you can do with a longbow, of course. You need a mounted unit that doesn't have to be promoted mounted unit, but you don't want a mounted unit for Battle Before Dawn. His use of the longbow can get you a Bolting Tome and Pillflower of Darkness. I'm not sure what the Wrath pick is for, and I think in hindsight they said it wasn't the best pick ever, but you can't really go wrong with Wrath per se. I guess one only thing about Wrath that I don't like is that you have to keep Uhai's Orion's Bolt around. You can't sell it for money when you're about to buy stuff in New Resolve. So I'm not sure exactly what the rationale was here, and I'm too lazy to look it up. But it's never a bad pick to take Wrath in a draft race for FE7. I'm just not sure what the specific purpose is here. And then we have Anna for 5-fanged offense. Let me find her. Anna over here. I was a little surprised to see this because I'm already Anna Paralog being fairly combat heavy. Even if you can like one round everything, it seems kind of time consuming, but it does consolidate your rescue staff user with, you know, having to do a paralog and having to get a unit from it. Right now they don't have any moms drafted that they would have to pair up and get a paralog from. So in that sense, it's nice to just have a paralog you can just get. You could get that from Morgan as well, but clearly they were not going for that. It might also have to do with the fact that the Crown Lucina plan didn't really line up well with a Morgan paralog like it does for us. So yeah, it's a pretty good pick overall to just get a safe paralog in since Donald was already taken. I'm sure that if Donald was still free, they might have considered taking that over Anna. There's some funny things that happen in Anna paralog that I hope to see in the highlights. So yeah, Anna. And we picked another unit here, so we're still worried about FE7's Crazed Beast chapter. Usually the plan for Crazed Beast for Dart is that Dart takes the top right fort with the bishop on it by just kind of walking over there. And then you have Fiora do the left-hand forts, both of them, with some kind of plan. But we didn't have Fiora, so this is actually one of the reasons why we really wanted Isadora at least, so she can just do the bottom left or the top left, like having Hector dropped over there. Both of those are things that she can do. But we needed a spare option, and the best spare option at this point with Wrath gone was to use Kent. So basically the plan from here is to have Kent Suicide Drop Hector on the Pascal fort in the top left, and then Isadora takes the bottom left fort by herself, like just one-running everything with an iron sword, and then the boss maybe with a silver sword, and Dart just goes for the top right fort. Like pretty clean plan overall, but it does involve training Kent. This is a little tricky, like you have to improvise a little bit or have a very set plan to do it. But there's not that much that can go wrong with it as long as you don't like throw him away. Like he can get to level 10 within like 2 chapters if you need him to be, but you can also just take multiple chapters to do it as well. There's one thing that Kent usually unlocks, which is a 2-turn of New Resolve, where you have him pick up Hector as a paladin, get move like nearly full move, dance with Ninian, move full move, drop Hector in range of Oleg and kill him turn 2. That is unfortunately incompatible with the plan to train Dart before promotion, and I decided he needed too much like training to like really make that a legit option. So I kind of threw that option away, and I just said, all right, I'm not going for that plan. I'll just have Kent be a bit of a flunky. His most important purpose is just getting a fast Crazed Beast, because if Crazed Beast takes too long, you fight too many extra reinforcements, too many combat animations, it's just bad. So getting rid of that at this point is fine. It's not like Dart will take both Christmas calves away from us here, most likely, but Kent doubles as a unit that you can just kind of deploy and have do like flunky duties in, for example, Dragon's Gate or Whereabouts Unknown, the chapter where you fight Raven. Not the chapter where you recruit Raven, the chapter where you fight Raven. So he's kind of like multi-purpose that way. And even if we don't think we'll lose this option to get Kent, he's a bit better than Sane, and this might pressure Dart into picking Sane if they want him. They probably don't, but if they do. And also it means that we can pick something else that we need / want, like a staff user for Awakening in the next round. So we're just picking units that we want at this point. Yeah, crazy concept, I know. Team Dart actually did pick Sane here. I haven't looked at the draft in depth beforehand. I'm just going off of memory here. I guess Hawkeye probably has uses for Sane here. They can do like a suicide drop in Crazed Beast instead of having Fiora do it. I don't remember what their actual plan was. The other thing about Sane is, of course, is that you need units for Chapter 17 for Whereabouts Unknown to block reinforcements, and Sane is, by a slight margin, one of the better units to do it with, because he has more move, and that's about it. So you need some of those. You might as well get one of the better ones while they're available. I guess it's a fine filler pick, sure. And they also picked Matthew here. It's an interesting pick for sure. Usually Matthew goes to the Heath team, but that's in normal 4-player FE7 drafts. And here it was quite a while before he got picked. When I was initially planning for like first pick, I was assuming like Matthew would be the pick on this round here. Like if I had Heath here, I might pick Wrath here, or Matthew here, just to have that speed wing, because it's a great insurance for Heath. To make sure he doesn't get speed screwed as badly. So Matthew here is still good for Hawkeye. Like, the guy could definitely use some help in the speed department. He still doubles most of the things he needs to, but +2 speed is never bad on him for sure. It's really nice to have. It does come with the cost that stealing that speed wing from the boss Zoldem, the guy with Luna, if you like steal the speed wing and then you fail to kill him with Hector and like he dies to a crit, you have to do it all over again. And the part where you try to get Matthew over to him is a fair bit slower than doing it without. So you make a chapter that you might have to reset a bit riskier and a bit slower. And I'm not a big fan of that. Like Hector can also miss his hand axes more often and like stops doubling shamans when he's holding Matthew. So it comes with a bit of a risk, but usually the payoff is that you can either make Heath faster or Hawkeye faster or your Hector faster. If your Hector doesn't have 9 speed, before he fights Uhai, he gets doubled, which is really awful. So making sure that doesn't happen with Matthew is a great contingency plan. So I do think the pick is good. I don't know what else they could possibly want from Awakening. Clearly they have most of the things they need, or else they wouldn't resort to 2 FE7 picks that are like fine, but not like massively important. Coming back around to us, we took Maribel. A bit of a curious pick, but it does grant us the Rescue Staffer that we still have been missing. 5-fanked offense has Anna, of course. Team Dart doesn't have anyone yet, but there's still like Libra available, for example, so it's completely fine for them to skimp on it a little bit. One advantage to Maribel is, I guess, that the other teams could also want her as a Paralog unlock, but since they both had that already, I guess that wasn't really in contention. I think it was mostly just a rescue staff utility thing. We had a vague thing going on, not a vague thing, but a vague thing, where we're like, we could draft Ubello and that will make, or not Ubello, well, the guy that looks like Ubello, Rickon, where he might incur a penalty for them if they don't watch out in his joining chapter. Units that are undrafted in Awakening are not allowed to see combat, but also not allowed to pair up at all, whether they pair into drafted or undrafted units. They're just not allowed to do that. And that can make it a bit awkward to save Maribel and Rickon, and we thought that might make it a bit harder for them in Chapter 5. This was more Ubello than Maribel, but I remember that coming up in like planning conversations. That was not really related to this. I think we just wanted the rescue staffer, and like Maribel's fine, I guess. So there's Maribel. And then 5-fanked offense at this point made, I think, one of the better picks in the whole thing. Their first pick was Priscilla, which is not like whatever. It's kind of whatever. Priscilla's interesting because she unlocks the goddess icon, and the way that that works is, how do I succinctly explain this? Urk has a goddess icon in his starting inventory, and you can recruit Urk by talking to him with Sarah. And the rules say if you have a unit drafted that can be recruited by the talk command, you're allowed to deploy an undrafted unit to do so. So if you draft Urk, then you are allowed to deploy Sarah to talk to Urk to get that goddess icon. The goddess icon is nice because it gives you +2 luck for Hector, which makes him less likely to get crit by Zoldem, as well as like a Thunder Mage randomly somewhere. So it's a pretty good late pick at this point. People have the combat units that they need. So I thought this was a good way to do that. What does Priscilla have to do with that? Well, in order to recruit Priscilla with the talk command, well, Priscilla can also talk to Urk with the talk command. And so the way you can recruit Priscilla also is by recruiting Urk and then just not visiting the village. Whereas if you want Priscilla and you can't recruit Urk, then you have to visit the village, which is bad. But if you, God, this is such an annoying rule to explain. Basically, the idea is that since Sarah recruits Urk and recruiting Urk gets you Priscilla at the end of the chapter, drafting Priscilla allows you to have Sarah recruit Urk and get that goddess icon. But also, you get Priscilla, who is better than Sarah and Urk because she is mounted, so she can do some flunky things. Most importantly, she can be deployed in Chapter 17 as a mounted unit. or in later chapters as well, and like heal people if you really want to. But generally, it's just more helpful than Sarah and Urk combined, probably. So this is the best goddess icon pick, which are Urk, Sarah, and Priscilla. And this also gets like the train started. There are some like sets of unit like this, like the goddess icon trio, where usually people will leave them until later rounds because someone else is not going to draft multiple of them, so you can leave it until they start getting picked. And then once you pick one of them, others feel more urged into picking them, and so you can then get started on your next most wanted units. So it's a way to both secure something you want and also make other people start drafting that to kind of get back the momentum, if that makes sense. Next pick is even funnier, which is Florina. Now, it's very funny to me that Florina is either like a round 1 pick or a round 7 pick in a 2-game draft. And I mean, Florina's obviously really good. Like, you could train her, but if you already have Heath, you have no reason to like round 7 swap to Florina carry. And also, there's not a whole lot that you can do like training her when you're going to get Heath. Like, Florina's someone you either invest into like really hard, or you don't invest into her at all as a combat unit, because her beginning is the worst part of it, and if you can get over that hump, then you want to make that time back by making use of Florina's many time saves over Heath, and they definitely exist because she's promotes way earlier than Heath. So the 8 move is just so good. There's so many things you can do with Florina if you do it well. But clearly they're not planning to do that. Clearly they're just using Heath as a carry. So now, but normally in 4-player this doesn't come up where you have like flunky Florina, because people pick like Heath, they pick Hawkeye, they pick Dart, and then the 4th player picks Florina usually, unless they're crazy and they want to do like Fiora carry if they can get Fiora somehow, or like Canas or something. I don't know. No one's ever done that, I think. Or like Lowen, I don't know. People just don't leave Florina on the table in 4-player. But here in 3-player, yeah, Florina is just here to take as a good flunky, and I mean, it's not bad. It's just she can fly somewhere. I don't remember exactly what they did with Florina, but there were definitely a couple things that we could have done as well with Florina and like taken her instead of like Maribel or something. I think we should have definitely considered that, because I remember them saying in hindsight there were a lot of things that they did with Florina that made her worth not just a 7-round pick, but could have been justified even earlier as well. Like, just a 7-move flunky that ended up being more helpful than Wrath, even though she was picked like 3 rounds later. So yeah, good choice, good insight. We picked Lowen. At this point, we're kind of memeing that we just had a bunch of mount units here. Like, we have Frederick, Isadora, Cordelia, Kent, Maribel, and Lone, and we were planning to use Dart and Sephora as our carries to unmounted units, technically, when they join Sephora, right? So, what do we need another mounted flunky for? Like, at this point, we don't need more than just Isadora and Kent as far as our 7s to 8 move units go. The reason we picked Lowen is just a river carry for one chapter specifically, which is chapter 13. Lowen can rescue Marcus and then give Marcus to Hector, and then Hector can drop Marcus somewhere. Now, usually that's bad because Marcus is way more moved than Hector, but in chapter 13 there's a river that you gotta go over, and Hector can cross that, Marcus cannot. So this is the only instance where Hector carries Marcus to the gate, and Lowen assists with that. It makes it so that Hector doesn't have to give up his turn picking up Marcus, and so he can move further 1 turn ahead, and it saves like a minute, I think, which is pretty good for round 7 pick, I would say. And I mean, I guess there's a chance Team Dart might want him. I mean, he's alright, he's nice, but he wasn't really going to do a whole lot. Also, another unit you can deploy in chapter 17 to block reinforcements with. So then Team Dart deliberated and decided to pick their next goddess icon target, which is Urk, for reasons already explained. And then the next one that they picked is Flavia. I'm going to be real, I have no idea what Flavia was supposed to do here. Oops, not for us, for them, there you go. I don't know what Flavia does exactly. I was expecting Basilio to be the one of the duo that got picked here, because he has rally strength, whereas Flavia is just combat. But I guess they do only have 1 combat unit still in that game, and having another one might be helpful. I don't know what they're going for. They can explain in the comments. I don't remember it being particularly helpful, considering like in our post-game decision it didn't really come up, I think. We picked Sumia. We had like some kind of conspiracy theory that one of them might swap to a Sumia carry because they actually wanted a flyer. We thought 5-fanged offense might not be able to get Lucina to fly. There's still several parents for them that allow them to marry Crom to that would give that. Sully is of course gone, but there's still Naui and I think Pan as well. So I'm not sure what the deal with that was. But we were kind of out of like ideas on what to draft. Like, we felt like we were pretty complete with everything else left here. Doesn't give us a whole lot. In hindsight, maybe picking like Pent or Louise or Sarah would have been better. We didn't think they'd take Sarah because they already have Priscilla, so they don't need her for the goddess icon. I thought they might take a river carry like Bartray or Oswin, someone that can do the job that I explained for Lone 4 basically. Maybe they take Vida as a late game unit in FE7. Maybe they pick Rickon for chapter 5, avoiding a penalty. Maybe they take, I don't know. I just thought they'd take something else, but we took Sumia. In hindsight, not our best pick because we didn't do anything with her. I don't think it denied them anything. But they took Shirsh. I believe, I don't remember if she can marry Crom, but there's probably some kind of utility you can do with Church. Come on, get in there. Church, and then they took the Vake. Again, not entirely sure what these drafts are for, but if you're really curious, after the race, we had like a long call explaining like most of the motivations behind the draft picks. I think we stopped around like round 5 or 6, or like picked like 1 or 2 more to highlight why you picked them, and I think they explained Vake there. If you're really curious, watch like the VOD. But yeah, there you go. That's Fake for you. I mean, I can't blame anyone for picking Teach. I think it's a based as fuck pick. We picked Sarah because we wanted our goddess icon, and nothing else really seemed helpful at this point. They picked Pence for emergency physics and random boltings, and I don't know, physicking Zephiel in Battle Before Dawn or something like that. And then they didn't pick anything here. You can pick like random awakening units like this just to get like para bonuses, so I'm assuming that's the reason why they picked Kellum. That's probably the reason why Fake was picked as well. So that's Kellum. And then we're like near the end of the draft at this point. There was only 3 picks left for us at this juncture, and we decided that, you know, there's like a pretty big time save for us that's still on the table somehow, and that's by switching carries. It's by switching carries from Sephira to Morgan. So, like I said before, Morgan is draftable. She's in the child section. I think this is the child that we pick. I don't remember actually. We had this Morgan or the other one, but it turns out Morgan Paralog is a fair bit faster than Sephira Paralog. Morgan's Paralog is a route chapter. You do gotta fly to the boss if you want to do it fast, but that's doable. And Morgan is I think got better bases than Sephira, and 2, which is like way faster to get to the boss. The chapter with Sephira has a bunch of assassins and stuff that's tough to get through, especially with the units that we have at this point. Whereas Morgan is just kind of like a better version of Sephira in that sense. And we did get called fraudsters for doing this. Like we were kind of promising the Sephira carry. In fact, I promised Sephira carry in this video several times, so I'm sorry for baiting it that way. But Morgan Paralog is way faster. Morgan has way better stats. We can use Robin in the early game and then pass down Robin's skills and insane growth and everything to Morgan. Well, I'm contractually obligated to say as a Vake stand that Robin's growth aren't all that good, but Morgan is definitely a very, very good unit with better bases than most units that we could have access to at this point. So we picked Morgan. Also like as a denial pick, I guess, but again, since they have Donald and Anna, probably the better Paralog options for them anyway. I don't think it really impacted anything. But it was on the table, and nothing else I could think of was like really good. There's like, I don't know, Rebecca for FE7. Vida is like an okay pick here, I guess. But yeah, we went with Morgan here. 5-fanged offense, picked Lynn. I don't really understand why, but now she's with Florina on one team, so I'm sure she's happy about that. Manikadi, I guess, is pretty good for killing things sometimes. It's always risky to use Lynn in a draft race because if she dies, it's a game over, whereas everyone else is just like, oh no, she died anyway. And then they picked Basilio for FE7. Oh no, double lines. I mean, rally strength exists, I guess. And then I guess you can do combat too. Vida for us. I thought this was a pretty good value pick for getting Vida, because there's some late game things that she can do with combat. She can like dive in the final chapter or the chapter before that, victory or death. She has some good utility and sense of time that actually saves some time, so I'm pretty happy to get Vida. It's a nice chill unit to pick. Nothing wrong with her except for the fact that she just joins too late to be super useful, but at this point it's like round 9, so what are you gonna do? Team Dart picked Gaius. I feel like this was just a meme pick, but I think there might be something there. Again, he can provide para bonuses, but it's like chapter 7 onwards, basically chapter 6 onwards, so not that fantastic. And then Louise, I read that this was supposed to deny me Louise, or our team Louise. There are some things Louise can do, similar to Wrath, like longbowing a bolting guy, and just, I guess in their case, provide pen support in case that is necessary. fight in sense of time to fight some enemies before they get to Hector. It's a minor time save, but it's there, I guess. I was a little... they had no way to know this, but I was a little off of Louise because I did like a solo draft the night before where I had Louise and I kind of didn't enjoy using her, so didn't really want to pick her again. But it is valid that she's like a legit pick at this point, so fair enough. We picked Wallace, the idea being that, again, you're allowed to deploy units for people if they talk to someone you drafted. So even though we haven't drafted Florina, we are allowed to deploy her in a Wallace chapter, and that allows her to go shopping because undrafted units are allowed to go shopping, and so she can buy some Axe Reavers for us, or Axe Reavers? Sword Reavers. Dart and Hector need like 4 Sword Reavers to get through the rest of the game, and normally you would like break the snag and then go shopping with like Isadora or Lowen in this case, but Wallace is kind of circumvents that and makes it easier. Again, I had nothing else I really wanted, so we took that. And then they took Rebecca because she's based. And there's like one instance where if Hector misses a Pegasus Knight in chapter 13, then Rebecca can shoot him down. And that is technically utility. And that's the whole draft. Pretty good, pretty fun. Did not expect it to go this way at all. I thought there'd be way different units in the first 3 or 4 rounds. But here we are. My favorite picks definitely Florina over here. Donald as the first overall Awakening pick from Team Dart. Although technically tied with Sully, but still, let me have my moment here. The Morgan cheat. Lynn and Florina being on the same team. Teach being on the same team as well. Pent and Louise being on the same team. Pretty cool. And just in general, very interesting team matchups. And let's get into the actual race and see what the hell happened here. Okay, we're about to get started. Remember how last time our team missed the starting pistol? The timer started running and everyone else started going except for us. Well, look for more of that. Don't mind the slight delay on 5-Fanged Offense's screen. I think there was either a cropping error or a screen sharing error or something to the kind, but everyone is going to start eventually. Right now we're deliberating on whether to save our progress. That's the official starting screen. But watch the timer at the bottom right. It starts right now, but no one's moving yet. I think My Dart Will Go On will be the first one to catch on to this. They do, and they've gotten going. So they're getting a head start here, heading right into the premonition, where of course both Robin and Crom are just completely free for everyone to use. I think I see some movement on 5-Fanged Offense, which might indicate they've also caught on, but we're still deliberating. I don't know why. I guess our timer also started late, but I think we're getting going now because I see some screen share shenanigans going on. But yeah, I expect the beginning of Awakening, which we'll watch for a little bit, to be fairly similar for all players. Of course, 5-Fanged Offense will be focusing XP on Crom. We'll be focusing mostly on Robin and Frederick. Not that Frederick needs a whole lot of training, but Robin's stats technically matter for Morgan. And of course, para bonuses for Cordelia. My Dart Will Go On needs XP on Sully, who will not be appearing until chapter 2. So they'll mostly be relying on Robin until then, I assume. Generally speaking, you can just kind of either use Frederick to kill things, or you can pair Frederick into Robin or Crom, and they can kill things. There's probably important differences that can save up to like minutes over the course of chapters, but generally anyone should be able to get through even with little draft race experience. And all these people are experienced at draft racing. I believe Loudheart is the main for My Dart Will Go On for Awakening, where Justin will be doing FE7. And I think for 5-Fanged Offense they did a lot of like little passing on, but Meister is like their Awakening main. And then on our team, we have, of course, Pyrope playing with Geene, providing help where needed. But Pyrope did a lot of practicing, so he's doing really good so far. My Dart Will Go On is almost done with the prologue proper, whereas 5-Fanged Offense just started it, and we just started it. And I expect most plays to be roughly the same. But just to give you an idea of how early game Awakening works. Also, something you have to be very aware of when you're playing Awakening is that the rules prohibit that you skip the battles, but not the XP bar with the A button. So if you're very deliberate about when you press the A button, you can go through as fast as possible, but if you're, for example, skipping for the XP bar too early, you end up skipping the combat, and that's not allowed. You have to give yourself like a 10-second penalty, which is why we already have one incurred. You can see it here in the bottom right. We already gave ourselves one for skipping that. I'm not sure how diligent the other people were about giving that. I think these are like the only penalties that occurred in the whole race. But it didn't change the outcome, let's put it that way. I'm going to try my best to not spoil things by just talking about things before they happen, because I think it's one of the most exciting things about the race is if you don't know what happened exactly, you get to see it. But sometimes I can't help myself, and I apologize in advance. But yeah, what will go on is in Chapter 1. Both other teams are either there or about to get there. So that should give you a rough idea. I know how long these highlight reels get, so let me get you to the next highlight. Actually, we are going to continue roughly where we left off, because I'm curious how that will go on with tackle training Sully, given that usually the early game is done by, you know, the free units. But it looks like they're pairing Sully and Fred, and just going ham in a way that I assume would be done by the free guys. They are doing that thing that I talked about earlier, where they paired some people that are undrafted, and that's not allowed. I think at some point, Geene actually went over there that saying like, hey, it's fine for now, but please don't do it again. It's not allowed according to the rules. I don't remember how harsh the penalty is for this thing in particular. It's probably the same as just using that unit in combat, like having them attack, which would be like 5 to 15 minutes, I think. I forgot exactly. But yeah, Sully's going in. The Frederick pair-up is, of course, great. Not only is Frederick great at fighting things himself, but he also adds, like, I think it's like 4 defense, 4 strength or something like that. So quite huge. It does look like Sully is completely surrounded and not able to one-round KO. So they're taking quite a few extra combats here. But as usual, when you're doing carry strategies, or when you're doing anything in a draft race, it's better to take that training time early on, and then one round from whenever you were finished training, and just start killing everything there and save the time, as opposed to just struggling all the way through. Like, you could do this faster by using a free unit like Frederick in the front, or Robin or Crom, but why would you? Sully does die here, though, because she took on a little bit more than she was supposed to. I don't remember what the cause was of this. Justin actually gave me very elaborate notes, but I believe the note for this one was just scuff training. Oh yeah, there's scuff turn 1 and 2. Usually what happens is there's a dual strike on at least one of the enemies that Sully fights, and so she can actually escape that surrounding. And thanks to a further dual strike, probably with the Silver Lance, just finish him off straight away. But here she actually got surrounded. That's not supposed to happen. So I guess this is one of those things that you just don't encounter in practice, and then it ends up burning you. But on the rebound, she should be completely fine. I believe this is their only reset. I think this is the early death that I was thinking of. I guess it also negates their little pair-up shenanigan, because if you make an action that usually gets you a penalty, and then you reset, then you're completely fine. Unless they just do it again. I don't know. But looks like she got surrounded again. That must be unlucky. I don't remember what Fred's dual strikes rates are like. I remember for non-Crom units, they're like... it looks like it's about 23%. If I look at the forecast right. I think Crom is a little more because it's dual strike plus. But she's low on HP again. Maybe she will die. 2 HP? Oh god, she really got wrecked. What the heck? Poor Sully. And it does mean that... looks like the Liver Bung got caught up. And 5-Fanged Offense is into chapter right now. 5-Fanged Offense is doing vague pair up into Frederick, which is cool. Looks like they're gonna considering changing strategies a little bit. Or maybe this is when they realize, oh, I can't actually pair like Virion into Lissa and stuff like that. It seems like 5-Fanged Offense is has a plan, because they're moving quite fast. But meanwhile, the Libra Bunga, aka us, it's hard not to talk about this in first person, is in the Feroxy chapter, with Robin doing all the work with Frederick. Even though Frederick doesn't provide any magic, I believe our Robin is plus magic to help with 100 threshold, either that or plus speed. And so even though they don't one-run everything, but they one-run enough to where they get through as fast as they possibly can. So it's kind of expected that we take a lead here, because we don't have to necessarily train anyone, but at the same time, training Crom is more like just having Crom kill things, and other than his lack of 1-to range, he does almost the same things, so I don't expect our lead to be very big, coming to like Cordelia, and then we have to slow down to train Cordelia. And then the expected way it goes from there is that we keep losing time while we have Cordelia to work with, but then we gain it back once we get Galeforce. That is the projection for the Awakening portion of the race. We're in desert maps for all the teams, although in different maps. 2 of us are in the Tharja map, chapter 10 I believe, whereas Dart will go on is in chapter 9 still, where they are about to get their first second seal, which allowed them to reclass Sully from Cavalier into Wyvern Rider and gain a bunch of movements. And that'll allow her to keep up with more mobile units such as our Cordelia, who is now promoted for the Libra Bunga bottom left. And, you know, Chrom is not doing bad either. As a Cavalier, he somehow made it to the boss before anyone else did. So they got a fair lead. Rip Libra for them, of course. But yeah, let's check out how Wyvern Sully is going to be doing in... Oh, it's actually Chapter 9, my bad. Chapter 9 Emerald. So the desert chapters are chapters 8 and 9. I apologize, I don't know Awakening well enough, or as well as I know, for example, FE7, so hopefully I can make up for it there. An important distinction, I guess, is that Chrom is force deployed, and that's good for 5-flanked offense, because that means they can use the unit that's being force deployed as either a good pair-up that can fight, or, you know, a separate entity that fights stuff. Whereas we have to use like Frederick and Chrom to fight stuff with Chrom in the back, while Cordelia's paired with Robin. So it kind of creates an extra unit you have to move every turn. And if you don't want to use Frederick to protect Chrom, then you have to find some other way to keep him safe. Anyway, Sully is also being paired with Chrom, and she is doing wonderfully against everything. She has no one to range because she has to deal with E-rank axes, but that bronze axe will only have to be used for a little bit, I believe. At some point, she will just start using hand axes at D-rank and just go nuts from there. But yeah, she's never dying. She's gonna be fine. And her level was reset to level 1 as well, so she gains experience not as fast as a level 1 Cavalier Sully, because internal level is still a thing, but considering how fast it is, it'll still be extremely quick leveling. Something else to keep in mind is that you have to take care of Wyvern reinforcements from the back. That's why Chrom has to be protected. So we had Frederick Chrom fight those, while Cordelia Robin pushes ahead through the objectives and through all the arrows that make maneuvering kind of quickly, kind of annoying. But you can see this is like kind of slow compared to 5-flanked offense. We're just like bungaing through with Cavalier Chrom going everywhere. I know at some points they have to fight a skirmish, and I thought it was as soon as Chrom reclassed to Cavalier they had to do one to, I don't know what it was, but they did. And yeah, as you can see, everyone is cruising from this point onwards, and probably for the rest of the game. Alright, so I switched to our own personal POV here, and I'll let the game audio explain why this chapter is so annoying that we're about to play.
This is definitely one of the more annoying chapters.
Mostly because of beast killers, right? I believe I heard 5-fang defense say that there were a couple of those.
There's one of those, but also there is just a lot of Ammonites that Cordelia doesn't necessarily reliably one-round, which is a bit annoying. And then there's, in general, there's a lot of enemies, a lot of 1-2 range. No.
And how close is she compared to, like, how close is she to Galeforce?
She should get it this map.
Oh, very nice. That's going to be a big boost, of course.
Yeah.
And I see that currently 5-fang defense is working on their paralog map with Anna. And my Dart will go on doing some shopping.
And that's the beast killer down, which should mean we're good. Yeah, I need to take away Chrom's weapon. That one's causing issues. Okay, maybe we're a little bit behind schedule on. I'm not sure if we get 5 levels in this chapter, but I don't need Galeforce for the next chapter yet. And even then, we can do double Wyvern threat on the boat, so I don't technically need it there either. I just need it before we do Morgan Paralog.
Well, I think you'll be able to manage that.
Yeah. I am used to him doing better with those enemies.
He has unfortunately only gotten 2 levels. One of those was a godly level, though.
That'd be a bit risky. Get that ranger. Are these all steel hands? Yeah, then let's go steel X.
Frederick, please.
I didn't take Bob's weapon away. Oops. Nice, Luna.
Robin saving on those good jab uses. Yeah, so he still does it. He just takes longer. Hey, Crom finishing him up and leveling up.
I thought you wanted to take
Yay.
away his weapon.
I wanted to.
No.
That's really bad. That's what he said. Okay, he does not do it. I guess we'll just avoid doing the combo with them then.
No, Freddy. Freddie Mercury.
He would have been fine if you concoctioned, but
Yeah, okay, sure. That's concoct now.
Oh, you were trying to skim on tonics? Can't believe you. Well, that is an unfortunate setback for sure. But we'll check back in we'll check back in with the Libra Bunga when we actually have Galeforce. Let's move back to a different highlight from Five Fanged Offense. So just for comparison, let's look at how Team Libra Bunga handles this chapter. They just have Crom paired with Robin, and the only other person on the map is Church, who is hiding in the corner, I believe in the bottom right. And this Crom right now, level 4 Paladin, already has stats worthy of like an FE7 endgame unit. Probably not an Awakening endgame unit, but that's just because this game is hella power creeps. Let's listen in on him.
Hammer, because one of the armor knights went her way.
Yeah. You know, Crom has Defender now, so he's...
That should be 5 skills for him.
That is all the skills, yep.
Yeah.
This is like rough,
Seems like
but
all the
it will be...
skills he needs.
Well,
Yeah, it,
outdoor
like,
fighter is, oh, he already has that, never mind.
Yeah. Outdoor
Yeah,
fighter is...
situationally relevant, of course.
It's
Yeah.
end game, really. Like, it's the
It's
difference
most
between
impact-
Crom whiffing 3 out of 4 attacks and hitting 3 out of 4 attacks.
And 25 times 2, that seems like he's totally fine.
Yeah, no, he's crazy. You know, well, outdoor fighter is pure hit
Hit and avoid, right?
and avoid.
Let's see.
Well, but
Yeah,
it doesn't
the avoid
matter.
is nice
Sully
too.
Sully going crazy as well. She is probably going to be able to promote really soon.
Nice.
Are they on 11 yet?
They currently are on 11, both of them.
Yeah. Okay. If Sully's not promoted by 11, you fucked up. I'm just...
I mean, I can't really see because I have all the screens
Yeah.
in different sizes. I can't really see if it's like promoted Wyvern Rider or not.
Mm.
Well,
Or is it
you will
very-
be able to tell because she's going to be going Griffin
Oh
Rider.
yeah, I think that's a Griffin.
Yeah, she'll be going Peter
It's
Griffin Rider.
rounder, yeah.
Ah, Peter Griffin Rider. Very good.
No, it wasn't. Don't lie.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Lying is my forte.
So yeah, you can see the massive difference between how our twice leveled up Frederick was doing in this chapter compared to how this team just moves Crom all over the map. It's a general old wisdom in draft races that I sometimes feel forced to rediscover, is that just having one guy that sweeps everything is usually faster than having two people that kind of kill things but need some help. Of course, with our team setup, there was not much a choice in the matter. I don't believe Cordelia by herself would have done it as fast as this Crom would, and I'm sure that Geene considered okay, this is where I do need to use Frederick. But it's still a little painful to see someone get through a chapter that you're struggling with such ease, and this is probably indicative of how the next few chapters are going to go. I'm going to skip ahead to the point where they get Lucina, which is their second Awakening pick. Alright, so at this point, they're almost finished with chapter 13, which they jokingly call the Lucina Paralogue at this point. Of course, it doesn't count. You do actually have to play a Paralogue and get a unit, which is what they're going to do with Anna in a little bit, I believe. But first, let's listen to them unlock Lucina.
My favorite movie of all time is The Princess Bride, but that's a good movie, so you know.
Yeah,
that
do you
is a
need
good
to
one.
unequip Henry, or does he just not have to worry about it?
He's not in enemy range,
Oh wow, that's
And you win next turn?
and I win next turn, yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Nice.
That's beautiful.
Very good.
If
Keep on going.
don't win next turn, and yeah, see, I win next
Yeah, we
turn.
win next turn, perfect. And we get a
Yeah,
secret
this-
book for him. Nice.
And we get a secret book for it, you know. It's actually very easy, and we get our carry, which is even better.
Terrific. Yeah, we played the Lucina Paralogue, guys. We got our kid unit.
Yeah, very nice.
Well, but
Just to
it's
clear the
easier for me-
notification.
It's just to clear the notification because I will get distracted by it otherwise. I know myself.
That's totally understandable.
You know. You know, one time there was a minute where I lost myself.
Mm.
Eminem?
House myself. Yeah.
Yeah, in the music, the moment. You own it.
You know. I forgot to pass down Tactician. It's fine. We don't need it.
Again? God damn it. We don't need it, though.
Admittedly,
We don't need it, though. If anything, we can skip Swordbreaker.
I don't.
Swordbreaker is the single
need
most
it.
is the most skippable skill in the entire game, honestly.
I don't think that's true. I think Solidarity is way more skippable, but I agree that we don't need it.
All right, I need.
Where are you going?
God, God damn it! Is there a dude on the fucking bronze?
Nah.
Fuck my life, man.
Yeah, we don't get one for free either.
It's fine. It's a little bit more EXP. It's the one that we. It's the only one that
But
we
she
don't
can't
get.
use any weapons yet.
That's true. I'm gonna have Crom. You're gonna do this with an iron sword, and it's gonna be very fast. Because it's like 8. Oh wait, it's all thieves. Okay, we're fine. It's like this is like a lot. So there's gonna be some droppables because it's an awakening, you know, grind map. Real like Fates hours with the amount of grind. God damn it! There's a fucking Entombed. I don't even have Lucina for it.
Whatever.
Oh well.
I mean,
It's fine, we'll just get a free
we
stat
weren't
booster
planning
drop.
on coming to this map.
Oh,
anyway,
that's
so it
nice.
matters. Whoa!
What happened?
We got a droppable Brave Sword.
Okay, do we even want to put her? No, we need to go back into Wyvern Lord. Unfortunately.
Yeah, we do.
I was gonna be like, do we just put her into Swordmaster with?
No,
the,
no, please.
No, it would be great.
You're just doing a real quick Heath run.
Yeah.
Do you want like do you want a save state for later so you don't have to play the whole thing?
No.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the whole thing before. I'm gonna
Gotcha.
get to Heath before he even finishes this game.
Sure. When did you wanna do the handoff, by the way?
I'm doing the handoff after.
No, I know yours.
20.
I'm talking to Castle.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Didn't we agree already on one?
Yeah, but then Hughes dropped. You
what
want to
was
keep
our-
it the same? It was the defense map.
Oh yeah, I'm still down with that. The
Okay.
22.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Let's.
When
do
you said defense map, I thought it would be we're gonna hand off at Sands of Time.
that. No.
Yeah, Castle gets to play 3 maps. Or 2 maps, actually.
You're in the worst spot you could be. It's fine. The bow guy will just go for Lucina, and she has enough stats to not die to him.
Perfect.
Because she's fucking crazy. Also, all the mages. Oh no.
Oh no! She's gonna
If
die
Anna-
now.
No, she's the best waifu.
Wait. She might
No
pull it
chance.
off. Can Lucina get to her? Come on! When does that happen?
You think you'll drive? She got hit by one too few enemies. It's
Yeah,
just,
but even if she didn't get hit, she would have been blocked off.
yeah. Well, no, she would have healed, which is good. Like,
Yeah.
you think you'll drive me crazy? Come on, if you think. Come on, if you think.
Alright, before he gets myself copyright struck, I'll mute it there. Glad to have all their highlights in a row too. Let's see if that Braceword ever sees any use. Alright, so we're on the Yenfei map now, and they're losing as a Griffin Rider now.
And Ellie would.
Yeah, that's rough. With Priscilla drafted, I can avoid them a little bit more easily, which is nice.
If she survives just one turn.
I really like the part where this unit already has 41 strength, so she just like kills everything with unforged hand axes.
Mm-hmm. It's a good part.
No, the forges are more so for your part, honestly.
Yeah, I need 3 of them. How many do we have in the convoy again?
We got 4 forged in the convoy.
Have you used any?
No.
Okay.
A little bit of Crom EXP.
Oh, Hector lived through the mages. Oh, Lynn's got one. Oh no.
Ooh, nice. That's level 10.
That's level 10, yeah. But we're just skipping Wyvern, right, at this point?
Yeah,
Okay,
we were just gonna. she'll have enough hit if we forge hit on the Brave Axe.
Instead of crit.
Instead of crit, yeah. Because, like, we 2-round no matter what, right? So I'd rather have the hit... Well, we 2-round... Assuming we hit all 4 hits, we 2-round no matter what, but I would rather, you know...
Does she have 100 hit even with the minus 15 from losing out on quick burn?
The Forge will make it so.
No, I mean without the Forge. If we just subtract 15.
I don't think she's quite there without the Forge.
Okay.
I think died. I think she's at like 90 hit, 85 hit.
Well, I mean that would mean that when she's at 100 hit before, she has no room to spare.
Wait. Huh. Okay, what's my most powerful? It's the Silver Axe. Alright, switch, Crom,
Brave Sword.
we're just gonna...
Brave Sword.
Oh, wait, yeah, switch, con... Oh, wait, I have
Switch,
a Brave
you have
Sword,
it equipped, yeah. There you go.
Let's go, Brave Sword, Crom, about to go...
Hell yeah.
About to go in. This conversation sucks, but, you know, that part doesn't.
I hope he gets speed on this level up.
Yeah. God damn it, Crom.
Oh well. We have
it's fine,
time.
he's got more It's a 55%, he's got more opportunities to hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is Yenfei down?
Yeah.
I think they want the extra speed on Crom to increase his parrot bonus, because that gets his speed to a number where it's divisible by 5. And I guess they were talking about Grima with the hit rates, but your guess is as good as mine. Alright, that ends the Brave Sword arc. Let's get back to Galeforce. Alright, this chapter's about over. Let's see how it goes.
He's a thought guy though, so
Yeah,
it's,
Epoch
it's
Luna
funny.
missed, and then missed again last
Oh,
time.
Okay,
right.
there we go.
Got him. What? Oh, you broke your thing.
Yeah,
Yay, but we can Galeforce off of him for extra animation.
I mean, I think the end animation plays at the same time, so it's... okay, not quite.
Alright, we already lost time due to Galeforce, guys. This was a bad strategy.
Yeah, we're already cooked.
Already cooked.
Alright, I'm gonna order some Uber Eats now.
Again, one of them is on military, I can't. Did you have a support here that you didn't get? Or am I missing something?
No, I didn't get a support.
Alright, Galeforce cooking. Based. We saved the turn.
ATC time.
Nice.
Nice.
We bung out hard. These maps are so quick, holy shit. This is the fastest draft race game ever.
Are they? Yeah, okay. They are.
Yeah.
Yay!
Perfect timing. Let's go.
Marriage
We actually
%.
only need it after next chapter, so...
Are we gonna get
but
it?
I guess we'll just do it anyway now. Okay, we need the Wind Tome. Let's make
Effective
bit
damage,
easier.
chat.
watch some of that, and...
Wait. Oh, right, because we need the low rank. That's right.
You know, I thought for a moment that the parallel we need was the one below. I was like, it would have been a Cynthia, or
No,
what was it? The whatever it is.
Sever, it's Sever.
Yeah, it was, but it would have been
That's the hard
Sever.
one.
That's the hard
I can
one. We
see you
could
going
have
there
done
by
that
accident,
one.
just an autopilot.
We could have very much done that one.
I was fully intending we're coming into today. Okay, this is supposed to be a 2-turn, so we just block with you here.
Is this where you need to get extra money?
here.
No, right?
What?
Did you say you needed to get more money for this or something?
No.
Okay. There was something where you were
What?
like, I need to get extra items for money. For...
I will get an extra item in the next chapter.
Okay.
But it's a very easy one to get, so it's not a big deal.
Alright. Good job, Frederick. You're very good.
Oh. Tank guard miss.
Yeah, I believe we are going like this way now. No. Get you back as well.
I assume Galeforce from that wouldn't have a
Yeah, next turn we're Galeforcing and then just killing the
Okay.
boss.
Alright, it's pretty quick.
Owie.
Dude.
Owie. Owie.
Do we need him at this point?
Let me think. I mean, there's some chapters where it could be good to have someone protect. For, but we can just put him on Robin. It should be fine.
Put Crom on Robin.
Yeah.
Alright, no Frederick. First pick dead. You're not killing though. Not on this turn.
And he is very early in the enemy phase, I think.
Okay, I hope so. Nope. Olivia Gaming. Geene, you scare me. Dude!
Okay, it is not okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
We're using that
so-
magic tonic now.
Yeah.
You put it like a pure water.
we have
on,
it anyway, we
Freddy?
don't need it
Does the
anymore.
magic tonic even kill?
Yes, we were one shot.
You have a pure water?
Okay.
You would put a rest on
Uh,
Freddy?
You don't have. Yeah, we can put a West tonic on him. Where else was spot? I guess you can also move them back so they don't even trigger those guys to move to them anyway, and they go for Cordelia instead. That is actually just way better anyway. Okay, you go. Oh wait, no, then they would. Wait, who is that tile now? Supposed to go to this time. This looks like someone's weakling there. Ah, this guy.
Oh yeah, you should
Yeah,
block
you-
him by going 1 up. Yeah, you have to trigger them. Simply heal
Right.
Fred, I guess. I don't know.
I did. He just died from those two mages. Which,
Yeah, shucks. Maybe
Yeah.
a rest
Now we
tonic
have
will
the
help
res
us out.
tonic though. Now that we have the
Mhm.
res tonic. We're
yeah,
good.
of
Mhm.
course, of course.
Bro just fucking dies. There goes our elixir, I guess. How much does the lance guy do? Maybe it's better if Frederick just like kills those guys with a Javi.
I guess the alternative would be that not Redwick, because it probably doesn't even kill, but Cordelia can kill and then Galeforce to
For tile, that
Thing.
needs to be done now. Yeah.
Actually, no, wait, we can just.
Oh,
do
we just
this.
win this turn, yeah. Because you have the magic tonic now, so you want to kill, right?
Yeah.
Please. Okay, nice.
No,
Or
okay,
that
well,
could also
Robin,
happen.
no Robin procs. Okay.
Okay. Morgan training arc.
Yep. Morgan training arc.
Flames on the blue. Alright, Five Fanged is almost out of Cyrie's special chapter. Dart will go on as doing some lava. Alright, let's save some combat animations. Oh, you don't 1 round? What the fuck? Dude,
I'm not used to the wind tome. That's crazy.
this javelin just kills, right?
Yeah.
you
100%.
Wind tomes are so bad on her.
said it was
Except that
once.
one boss. That's all we needed for.
You have my permission to never use a tome again.
Good.
Did Robin need a tome on him? Because Robin can't proc if there's no tome.
He doesn't need to proc because he's this guy is very early in enemy phase.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
God.
Yeah.
Okay, you could give the wind tome to Robin at this point.
No, at this point he's not gonna come anymore, so he
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
need it.
Boys
You have
done.
plans for everything. Okay.
Geene has so many
Plans on
plans.
plans on
Just a lot of
plans.
them involve Freddy dying.
Yeah, apparently.
Our first
or, you know,
king
having a
did
better
his
Freddy.
job.
Okay, Morgan. Can already get the hand access.
Yeah. Freddy did his job. He's good.
Alright, Cyrie, die.
Yeah.
The Samia draft coming in clutch. All of our drafts.
Yeah. Morgan,
Did you
go.
need to tonic Morgan at all?
I mean, obviously it helps, but I don't think it's that important.
Oh my god. Okay.
Nice level, bro. Wait, is Morgan okay? Alright.
That probably would have killed it, but it's fine. It just missed.
Morgan, please.
That's not good.
Let's toss the weapon trying.
Morgan, please. Maybe you should tonic. Oh. Geene it like my round 11 pick back?
Need it.
I mean,
No,
skill
Galeforce.
force. There
We go. Okay,
definitely getting out of- yeah.
actual level ups.
Surely we're switching
Oh, I
over here,
didn't
right?
bring enough
What
healing.
the heck? It's an untonic Morgan! You're gonna die!
Oh, wait. Oh. We actually also forgot to give the Naga Steel. That's another +2 to everything.
So we just missed like a +4 on
Yeah,
every stat.
we could have had a
But it
rally
doesn't
spectrum on
matter.
Morgan.
You know, let's reset for that. Let's
I was
make it
gonna. Well,
happen.
I was gonna say
I
you
do
could have
think
went
you
over
can
to
do
Crom
it.
and just convoyed it.
No,
but
that's not right.
those were also bad level ups, so this is fine.
Yeah, sure. Let's get all of these to
Let's make Morgan better.
get that luck.
So as you can see, there are some hiccups with our Galeforce strats and our, I guess, RNG a little bit, and also just the Morgan training arc. I will not force you to sit through another route map, but I do have another couple of funny Galeforce highlights for you. So at this point, we're on the military, and we have some more forced hand axes. Morgan's been trained a lot, so we should be a lot better off, right? Time to get some one-turn kills.
There drops a Kid Axe, so that's what we're getting.
Oh, that's so cool. I mean, this is a Morgan with red hair. That's basically Sephira.
I'm an idiot.
I need to
I need
Morgan.
I do it in this chapter. I need to land on Cordelia. Because she needs to trigger Galeforce now.
Oh right, double Galeforce is the plan. That's right.
Oh my god!
Basically the same thing. Though.
All
It's
this
like
time training at the academy, wasted.
I'm glad my part stopped where it did. This is all beyond me.
Yeah, this is going so fast. I mean, these are just turn by turns though. They're pretty quick.
Okay, now hope to not get Pavis, please. The hammer.
About that. About that.
Double Pavis.
Pavis Gaming is Olivier's is dead, right?
Restart. Yeah, that's
Bring Mirabelle to rescue Staff if he does Pavis.
What if Mirabelle dies?
no, she doesn't have to win.
Oh, does Mirabelle not have the range for that? Dang.
No, not even close. Wait.
And we
Did I-
didn't draft Libra, so we couldn't do
You
that.
have the lance, right?
Sad.
Yeah. Nice rally.
Oh my god.
Chill,
It's all
chill,
good,
chill.
All good, all good. I'll be right back.
I think it's break time.
Alright, you can hit break if you want.
No, not yet.
Not yet. Okay. 20?
I have no idea, but I don't usually see it this much.
Okay.
I usually don't see it at all.
This is our punishment for no Sephira.
I agree.
We have atoned at this point. Dude, I gotta stop it with the Pavis.
Okay, I'm just gonna not one turn this just to get away from this guy.
It's so painful.
Sick of him.
Do one more try, one more try, one more try. Trust.
No. We are bringing Sumia.
For what? Sacrifice? This Galeforce sacrifice?
No.
I'll get Crom away.
Get her like here underwater.
Alright, a backup strat. I like it. That's so cringe though.
It is. Very much so.
It's so painful. That was like 3-4 tries, and every single time we got Pappas to heck him back. I've been trying to look up what Cervantes' dex is. Assuming he has like 20 dex, it's like 20% per chance, of course. He has to not Pappas twice, I believe, in order for us to kill. But kind of unlucky. Unfortunate. But it is the risk you run with this set of drafts. Like, you get a beautiful potential for one turn, and like it's still pretty quick, as you can see here. Of course, we can still fail, but now the consequences of failing are much worse, or much better. But we don't. We're good. We're good. Trust. If you think this is bad, just wait. Now this one is gorgeous.
This one we can't one turn without a better flunky. Because these guys are in the way.
Oh, this is the that Mage Knight, the Selena-esque,
Yeah.
except that she's like religiously loyal.
I mean, Lena is.
Yeah,
That's
true. But
her,
it's like
alright.
it's more like a somber loyalty versus like just sheer fanatical devotion. Oh man, that amount of movement that you're getting through, very nice.
What's the map that my daughter will go on is on? I don't recognize that.
Uh,
Is that
That's the
Yeah.
Dragon's Altar table.
Yeah,
So
it's
far.
one where you need to fight Veleda or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh, it's,
it's
the
the
very
premonition map.
They're so far in, holy shit. Alright, we have 5 minutes break time, Copium.
No, I talked to them and I said like, you're pretty far ahead, and they said no, we're actually behind on Deliberate Bunga because they've got
Yeah.
double Galeforce set up now.
Okay.
But then you ended up with a couple of resets on the military, so I don't
Yeah.
know how much that holds up by now. Still,
I think the biggest time save is yet to come from Galeforce, so I'm hoping. I'm praying. But this game is like so fast, I don't think you can gain a whole lot of time either way in this game.
I mean, there's some really fast maps, but yeah, they are definitely ahead. I will say that
yeah,
much.
I would expect that as well. Five Fang Defense, I love them. They just also have near perfect Fire Emblem Awakening screen share. This makes my job so much easier.
Alright, that was a good showcase, I think. Well, let's check back in on team My Dart will go on in the top right of your screen currently, and you can see how the other teams are doing on the side. So they're in the second Walmart map, the one where he's out in the open. Look at him go, holy shit. Let's see how their Sully is doing right now. I gotta speed up a little bit because it's gonna be a lot of enemy phase animations. But they got a dance on Sully with Crom still in tag team. And I think they're in range of Walhart. Rip Olivia. Well, I can't help but conclude that that was planned. Their notes say that this sacrifice of Olivia saves the most time. Like, if you can ever save a turn of enemy phase animations with Olivia, this is the best way to do so. If they get a crit on Walhart here, they save a ton of time because everything you see from here on out would be skipped. It looks like they missed that, unfortunately. But they still have Walhart in range. Walhart is a notoriously unreliable boss to kill in one round because I think even in normal mode he has Pavis Aegis Soul. But that's what I remember from playing hard from my Let's Play a while ago, so you might not have all those on normal mode. But either way, it's unreliable. And you can see just how far ahead this team is compared to, I think, both other teams. If you look at the timer, they're 5 minutes of break time behind us. Like, they're at 128, almost 29. We're at 123. But we're still training Morgan in that map earlier, the one where we made the Nagas tier mistake. And Five Fanged Offense is in Fortress Tiger, which is ahead of us, but behind. That will go on with a later timer. But there they go. They get the Walhart kill. And they're out of there. They are without Olivia. I think we kept Olivia for most, if not the entire game. Not entirely sure. It's possible we also sacrificed her in the same way. But we do have Galeforce, so we don't really need to. So I think we don't end up sacrificing Olivia. But I don't think she does a whole lot from here on out. Let's watch one more map of Sully Gaming, just to get another idea of how they're doing. I think their preps should be pretty quick here. You can see on the left just how fast a Lucina Crom pairing can get through the Fortress Tiger map. We did it in 2 turns. I don't remember what their turn count was. The turn count is on the bottom screen. Looks like they're reclassing Crom back to Lord on, but that will go on. So how long will it take? They're going through the side, it looks like, to avoid having to deal with the majority of the enemies, which are in the middle. Makes sense. Usually it's worth sacrificing turns if you can skip a ton of animations. Even if there's a lot of walking animations like here, it's completely fine. But they're going to have to get into combat now. They're going up. Enemies are unfortunately walling them off, so they have to spend another turn killing everything here. The meta of Awakening is, of course, if your enemy facing like this, you want to use forged hand axes, because the base hand axes are not strong enough to one-run usually. So I think every team at this point is using forged hand axes to kill everything. A very novel concept, I know. But like a turn like this, where I think they're going to move up and go after the Thief. Yeah, they can't quite, like, you wouldn't be able to get quite Galeforce off of that because the Thief is out of range, but stuff like that is where you could inch out an extra turn every now and then with Galeforce. But if you're not skipping a whole lot of combat animations, I don't think it saves a whole lot of time. And remember that Galeforce is not free, of course. It took a lot of time and animations to get there. And I think it's also a good contrast between my Dart Will Go On and Libera Bunga here, that every time Morgan is not one-running something, where Sully or Lucina or Crom does, is like a combat animation you take extra. And in this game, it's really all about saving animation time. But yeah, they're out in the open again. They avoided a lot of enemies that chased them down the hallways. They're now splitting up. And I think they'll be able to outrun from here on out. I think Wallharp moves if you get in his range here. So he just move to the corner here. Take one more turn. Yep, he does move. So here he comes again. Same unreliability problems. And if they have dialogue bosses, then you can just are allowed to skip the combat animation. That's like the only time we're allowed to do so, I believe. And they did not one round, so you got a bit of healing in, but it's no match for Sully's hand axe. So his conquest ends here, and my Dart Will Go On. We'll continue to plow through on ahead. But 5 Fanged offense is like not that far behind. Let me see if I can get some Grima kills from here. So you can see here, everyone is in the late/end game. 5 Fanged offense in the top left is cruising through the last bit of the dreaded route map with Valdar and Crom behind the barrier. And my Dart Will Go On is preparing for endgame. And I think the Libera Bunga is also the Valdar map, if I'm not mistaken. No, that's the map where you go up to Aversa, I think. No, it's no, this is the Valdar map. Never mind. They got out of it though. We're still in there. Anyway, quick Naga speech. Let me slow it down a little bit because there's only so much left of the game for me that will go on. Again, top right of the screen. There are a bunch of enemies there that Galeforce would allow you to skip. So I'm not sure exactly where they can attack Grima from. I don't know which of this formation will move out of the way. This is a little slow. I'll speed it up a little bit. Like a tiny little bit. I don't think, yeah, there's no gap in your formation. You don't want to go in Grima's range, which I believe is 1 to 4 or 1 to 3. So you just have to get like one guy out of the way. I mean, if everything else is stationary, then you can just kind of wait it out. As long as no enemies survive. Oh, Grima is in range. Hold up. 1 to 5? I'm good at Awakening, guys. Trust. Again, I would let you guys listen to the audio. Let me see if they're talking here.
We'd be fine.
There's no damage. Can we cap HP?
Oh yeah, they're on
this
their audio.
Just looks as if she casually strolled in and went like, "Oh, I'm gonna pick up a limit breaker skill just for the fun of it."
And you know what? This Sully could not kill Grima and Lunatic.
Nope.
Wouldn't be able to do it.
That's insane. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So next phase on Lunatic?
Cool.
That.
The
yes.
only way you kill Grima on Lunatic is by having Crom dual strike with a brave while somebody uses a brave weapon.
Hey, cap HP.
And you have to have trained up Crom to do it.
Okay.
Well, yeah, that's why we uncap Crom again. He's free then.
So race idea: Lunatic reverse, FE12, Soyo draft.
No. if you want to have 4 DNFs,
Make sure you have time ready, by the way.
yeah, I'm hovering above it. I've been since we killed the Wesser.
Good. I don't know if it will be this round of combat here.
Well, I'm
But-
always ready for it.
It really just depends on how Crom.
Yeah, let's
how
see
Crom is
it.
feeling, and how the POVs are.
Nice.
Let's
Oh,
see.
the 2% crit.
Crit man.
2%.
Jesus Christ, that is a cinema moment right there.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
That was so sad.
Grima moves first.
Fine.
Grima
Grima moves first.
Get ready.
Yep.
Now. Oh, now.
Time.
And G fucking G. Oh my god.
Well done.
2.
Good job, Loud.
What's the time?
205.
It's two-
Oh, I'm actually really happy with that.
205.42. Very well done. Time for some break, well deserved, and then to hop into FE7.
Oh,
Yep.
Alright.
it's up to you now, Justin.
Okay, no pressure.
But you got this.
Alright, so they finished 205. For what I can tell, really good time, especially for a race. I'm sure there's been like PBs that are faster, but you can't really hope for a PB within a race. And the other two teams still like struggling with a route map. It looks like we are about to fight Valdar for the second time in that chapter, but Five Fanged Offense is a full route map ahead of us actually. Our timer is a little further backwards, but I think the difference in maps is bigger than the difference in time, if that makes sense. So yeah, we're losing our ground here. We had 20 minutes ahead of where that will go on. And the rate it's going, we will not finish before they will. We will not finish within 4 minutes. Let's check out another Grima kill real quick. Alright, I thought we'd get one quick chapter 25 in, you know, just to see how that looks in a draft race setting where you don't have Galeforce. Just to show just how easy it is and how not Galeforce is needed. How it's not needed. So you fly on a peak, and I think most of the enemies won't even move because there are no targets for them, except if you're in the range. But there are a couple flying enemies and long-range enemies. Oh, I guess the enemies do move in this game. That's good. It's not like Awakening. Anyway, let's listen in. Or it's not like GPA.
There she comes.
We're en route to depose of her. Or dispose of her.
If we got the boots, we'd be able to do it once or soon.
Yeah, but that's
No,
not
I
worth the
know,
time
it's not
cost
worth
of the
it.
boots.
So close.
So
I'm
close.
tired. I'm tired of playing the stats for demons. I quit.
You know, it's not even gonna matter because Crom's equipped. Don't forget to give Crom the thingy.
Yes,
The exalted falchion.
that's right.
Yep.
That thingy.
That's the brand of the.
Okay, I see an FE7 screen coming up.
Okay, this run is like crazy. Like our time on this run is honestly pretty crazy.
It's okay.
What's the time so far? Don't forget to sell. You gotta sell some stuff first so we can afford the forge.
Well,
You're
I'm
currently
gonna
on
buy it for her and then
207,
forge it from her
exactly.
thing.
Oh,
Our time is slower than the others. That's all I care about. Hurry up! No, I'm just kidding.
I have enough already. Awesome.
we have it. Yeah, just forge hit. Don't forget, it's hit instead of crit that we're forging on it.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get a beverage.
And swap the liver for Ether,
Wait,
I guess. Yeah.
Why don't I just give her Luna? Both of them.
Oh yeah, Ether and Luna.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, we just have like a random chance that we just delete the boss. It's like a
That's-
pretty good chance.
That's the
too.
idea.
Mm-hmm. We need Basilio.
Right.
And then we're just gonna do the strat.
Here comes the strat.
Don't forget to mark
Let's
enemy
see,
ranges.
we're at Grima.
Don't forget to give him the exalted falchion before you pair up, by the way.
Okay.
Like, make sure
Yeah,
he has
you're
equipped.
Good call, good
defensive
call.
damage.
Yeah. It's like, you know, it's a 45 might effective. I think I want that.
Yep.
Not sure about you.
Seems relatively okay as a
Yeah.
item.
Yeah. Yeah,
Mhm.
you've had some other things that I've been like, yeah, but that one I'm like, okay, yes, good call.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm. I played out of my mind on my part compared to what I normally play, and I still messed up. So you know.
It happens every race. Someone's gonna mess something up.
Really?
A Aether crit.
Ether crit. You just no longer exist if you get ether crit, to be honest.
No, you vaporize on the spot.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
Okay.
Get ready on time. Bam.
Oh, here it goes. You know, hey, if we hold down it. Remember, you can't skip this one. You just gotta hold A through it.
I know, but I'm also ready on the timer.
Oh, yep.
That's a
moment up.
Final blow. Let's
Yeah,
see.
here comes Luna.
Yeah.
And Crom. And Aether.
Oh, that looks good.
And there we go. Okay, time. Woo! All right.
Hit that break timer.
Break time. Okay, so we are 6 minutes behind Dart, and they have the Sully carry. That's pretty good.
Yeah, this team
I'll
is
say,
real.
I'll say that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Who do they have in FE7?
Very strong. And
Dart, they
well
have
done, Geene.
Hawkeye.
Hawkeye's pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, that was a sick ending. They have like the ideal way to kill Grima for sure. And I like the Olivia strat too. Of course, Dart couldn't do that because they sacrificed their Olivia in the Walmart chapter. And we'll be able to work around a different way using Galeforce. But that looks pretty damn good. And they have a great time going with it too. Alright, and here's us. And just like everyone else, we're taking a Force Brave Axe Wyvern into the final fight. Let's see how we're doing.
Well, not a feature that I was aware of, if that's the case. No.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
can
it's just
only
an-
forge a number of 8 points total, and all 8 points are already used.
What are we doing now, Dan?
Strength tonic. We're short one.
Oh.
And here it actually like really matters.
Does Crom need one?
Crom's probably not going to be doing much. If he hits, then he
Oh,
demolishes.
right, we
If
have-
he doesn't hit, he's...
Our parrot's occupied. Alright, they finished in 2:11.
Yeah, 2:11:21.
Let's
And
go!
it seems like Dart has just about started with FE7.
Yep.
Who's going to be your first FE7 racer?
It's gonna be Pyrope. He learned
Then I wish you best
everything.
of luck.
I taught him everything I knew in one day. Galeforce!
No, it's bound to be good.
Let's
Don't worry,
go!
at some point, it'll just work out.
Simply crit with 0% trust. I mean,
Simply don't get device to hand back.
Grima, does he have passive heal in this? I guess Path is heal in this, I guess. Have another.
Nice double miss, Crom.
I think we are
Dick.
done, actually. Ow.
Immediately hit one of
Chill.
the archers.
Chill!
Oh my God, they just all hit?
What's the odds on
I
those?
think I'm just putting Cordelia on instead.
Supervise.
Yeah.
The Crom is not gonna do shit with at level 1.
Well,
Three
technically level
provides.
3, but...
Who counts? Who's counting?
That is
I
the
am not
unluckiest
vibing with
Grima
these
so far.
strats. These are so bad. I said earlier, it's like we're fighting Uhai every map with these Galeforce shenanigans.
I forgot to use the strength tonic, but
No.
if we
Jimmy.
reset again, then.
Sure. Have another. Gotcha.
Let's see if the second round goes better.
Oh,
Oh,
we have crit.
but
We
it's
have
half
crit.
damage, right?
Nice.
Nice damage.
Cordelia missed every single pair-up attack.
To be fair, she probably wouldn't do much anyway.
All right, let's not get hit by
immediately
archers.
back into it. Okay, that's just GG then. It's right back to
Mm.
1,
Elvis could. Yeah.
3. Oh,
Okay,
let's get
time.
it.
Yeah.
Hit the time. Hit the time. Hit the
Hey, time
time.
to never. I started quick.
Okay.
Time to never play this game again.
I know,
Okay,
right?
what was our end
That
time? I don't see the
I
time.
vibe with that. Yeah.
2:14:54.
Okay, so that wasn't that far behind, actually. That was pretty close.
Yeah, that is pretty contentious with the other teams.
Yeah.
And GG
It
on
could have
finishing
been a lot
Awakening.
better if the luck was a bit more on our side, but you know, it's what I signed up for.
Oh god, I have to start FE7 now.
It's
Yeah, we
how
have-
the table flips and how the cookie crumbles.
It's how the table of Grima turns or whatever it's called.
I'm the first leg on 3 out of our 4 games.
It's okay.
It's how the barrel rolls.
We have 10 minutes of... Alright, so as I said there before, I rudely cut myself off in the past. It looks like we lost about 10 minutes to the other teams in this one. Both 5-fanged offense and My Dad Will Go On finished Awakening 10 minutes faster than we did, but we started with a 20-minute head start on second place. My Dad Will Go On. So as long as we are equal or better, or slightly worse, we're still fine. Let's see how we do in FE7. Now, the early game for FE7 looks similar for all teams, but there is a bit by My Dad Will Go On here that they, and also I want to highlight here, they did not draft anyone to carry Marcus across the river with Hector's help, which means that they should be one turn behind when you usually seize. Because usually what you do is you move Marcus roughly to where Rebecca is on the upper right screen right now, roughly. Rescue with Oswin, Dorcas, Bartray, or Lowen. And then you give him to Hector next turn as he walks on the river. And that way Hector doesn't have to waste any turns rescuing Marcus. Instead, someone else is basically doing that for him. And he can just spend all his time moving across the river. Execute Cell as he moves the crop of 5-fanged offense over there. All you're missing is half of Hector's level up. Don't worry about it. The alternative strategy to solving this is to kill off Matthew in Chapter 11 when he's still free. And that repositions Marcus in a position where you don't... I need a river carrier to get him across the river quickly enough. I don't remember exactly the specifics of it, but that is something that they cannot do because they drafted Matthew. I mean, they could. They just have to give up all the benefits of drafting Matthew in the first place, which apparently they don't want to do, which is fair because at this point you might still need to speed wing for Hector or Hawkeye. So here, this is where Hector could have moved on the river if someone else were able to give Marcus to him. But they can't do so, because he had to rescue Marcus and he couldn't do it from the river tile. So this means that you make it to the boss area and the gate in general one turn later, and it also means that Geene starts moving off his own accord before you're able to do something about it. So the usual solution is to have Marcus just kill Geene to make it safer, but it does end up being a little bit more risky. They do a quick armory visit. I think if you skip this armory visit, Hector doesn't seize any faster than normal. Marcus has to clear the way for him anyway. And anyway, you get in a bunch of extra combat anyway, so it probably wouldn't even be fast even if Hector did make it at one turn earlier. So yeah, there you see it. Geene is moving right near Marcus. That means that if you move Hector in range of Geene, Geene will probably go for him and have a chance to kill you. Usually a crit and a hit is not enough from Geene, depending on your Hector's defense. I think he might often need a double crit. Also, the Brigands that attacks Matthew can make things difficult for you. He has a hand axe, so usually doesn't make you counterattack and therefore incur a penalty. But it definitely sucks. So yeah, they decide to Silverlands Geene with Marcus, which is what I usually do if I screw it up like this. And then Hector can just usually continue along the normal progress. I think Matthew probably still has his Iron Sword equipped, which makes him hard to get hit. Thanks, Sal. Okay, there we go. No, Sal, give it back, give it back. But yeah, if Matthew doesn't have a sword equipped, then the Brigand's probably kind of likely to hit him. Sal, please. Okay, he goes for Sarah. Doesn't kill yet, though. But they probably have to rescue Sarah this turn if they want to keep her alive. They probably don't need to. It's probably not a big time difference anyway. And I suppose here... Yeah, you can attack the boss with Marcus here. If you get hit by the boss twice, then he's down to 4 HP. I know the Brigand does 3. And then you could get finished off by like the Soldier or the Pegasus Knight. But it looks like it worked out fine for them. And he got defense too. So a lot of safety nets there. And here... I mean, yeah, you could fight the Brigands if you have another drafted character. But it's probably safer to just rescue Sarah, right? If she's undrafted, then you just rescue her with undrafted. You're completely fine. Rescuing Eliwood, I don't know what the point of that is. In fact, I think I would prefer... Yeah, I don't know why they're attacking here. That doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. Because like Hector's going to seize next turn, so the next turn is not going to matter a whole lot. But I can see why you would reflexively go for that. So... They're going for Marcus because his HP is a lot lower. And I guess 2 ranged enemies also would not get countered by him. Sorry for the constant flickering. He's trying to crop it the best he can. And he's obviously not paying attention to what's going on. But Either way, they look to be fine. You can just barely see it behind the crop. Sal, please. Just a little bit. Just move it a little bit. I just want to see Hector seize the gate. That's all I want to see. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Seize. Go. Yes. Okay. So they got out fine, despite a little drafting mess up, I guess we'll call it. I believe the last math I heard was like when we were discussing this with like Don in a post-race call. He said it was like about a 1 minute time cost. And not having a river carrier. And I think this shows that it's not at all detrimental. I do think one of the later picks could have been dedicated to one, but they got out fine without it. So who am I to criticize? Alright, so I think this is a good time to show you what it was like to have FE7 early game on our team. 4 people total, but only 2 of them were willing to play FE7. One of them is me and the other one is Pyrope. But Pyrope didn't have the time to practice FE7 a whole lot, which resulted in our strategy being, well, like this. Nice, okay. So next turn, Marcus full left and just calve that. Silverlands that calf from the right. Yep. And then Sarah can grab her, can do nothing, and Hector can just move full down and equip Iron Axe. Yep. Yeah, got it. Okay. Don't even have to Vuln next turn. So Marcus moves into the forest and equips a hand axe. He doesn't need to Vuln because you're at like 27 HP. And Hector moves... No, in the down... No, 1 down, 1 left. Yep. And hand axe, that's it. And Hector down left as far as he can go. 2 down.
Here?
Yeah. That's good. No one else needs to do anything. Next turn, you move Hector to attack this pirate from below that he's fighting now.
Below, gotcha.
Yeah. And Marcus is gonna Silverlands that brigand in the forest from the left. That's pretty much the early game, which has the advantage of him not really having to think, just having to do. But it also means that if my instructions aren't clear, then it goes wrong. And just for the record, I want to state that this is how we both wanted to do it. Pyrope felt a little bad that he didn't have much time to practice, and so he wanted me to coach him through the early game. And I was happy to make sure that the strategies that I knew were optimal were being used to get us through as fast as possible. And as much as possible, I tried to give instructions during enemy phases so that he had time to process them, because if you have to do them live while I'm saying them, then it gets a lot harder. And this way we could just limit the actual player phases to corrections that if I see that it's about to go wrong, then I can still fix it. Let me move on to a part where I think my unclear instructions made it a little bit harder to get a fast time. Alright, so this is chapter 16, Noble Lady of Kaelin, where you have a lot more units than usual to move through, and if things go bad, they can go very bad. Let's see how that goes. And save. Alright. It's okay if you take this one a little slower, because it's complicated. Hector, just full right hand axe. No, up. Yep, there you go. This hand axe. Okay, Marcus, one where you moved Hector earlier, that's where he goes. Just up 1 and all the way right. All the way right. Yep, hand axe. Alright, perfect. Move Florina just down left on the village. Top tile. Yep, there you go. That's it. And then Yield the Will. Yep, do the trade, do the sell. Just buy all hand axes. Force. And then Sane trades the steel lance to Kent. And then Kanto down 1 below the forest, 1 left from the forest. So just, yeah, one left. Yep, perfect. And then Kent just... Oh, actually, I messed it up for you. I'm sorry. But whatever. We'll fix it. Just in turn with Kent there, sure. That's fine. Yeah, I messed it up, though. That's fine. I forgot that Sane had to be in a specific tile this turn.
Ow.
I threw, chat.
Honestly, with all the golds I'm seeing, if I were doing this on my own, I would be at least 5 minutes behind at this point. Except for 15, which is straightforward enough that didn't even gold, but...
Okay, the Merc might have healing eye, but whatever, we'll make up for the XP next chapter. I would just put Kent on the forest with the steel lance equipped. No, go left, no, up, above the Merc, yep, perfect. Just sit, don't attack, I think. And then Sane moves away. Sane just moves like 3, 4 right. Yeah, it's improv though, so no guarantees here. Just sit, this is it.
Okay, this is barely out of the range. Yeah.
Just don't do anything with the others. Just Marcus goes 1 up, equips Javelin, rescues Hector, and then Kanto's onto the mountain up left. Oh, upright. Sorry, upright. Yeah, perfect.
I assume. Florina.
Yeah, get the village. Good call. Village, and then Kanto back to where she was, or Kanto 1 up.
Yeah, because nothing is.
Yeah, she's invisible now.
ranged. Okay.
Perfect. Okay, I messed up this Kent training arc for you, but should be okay.
Honestly, if that guy wasn't in healing AI, Kent could have died, so it's fine.
If he misses this, he's probably dead. Okay, we're good.
Okay, we're good.
Alright, put Lynn's Fallen, I think, on Sane. Have Sane come forward to help out Kent.
Okay,
All
Marcus. Just
right. Make sure they both have a hand axe equipped. Or, yeah, Javelin is good. Javelin is good, actually, for Marcus, but make sure Vector has a hand axe equipped. Yep, okay, and then drop him above.
Oh, drop him above. Whoops. Well, it's fine. we'll deal with this.
Get the phone. Get the phone. Okay, that's fine.
He has a phone.
Okay, good. All right. Yeah, just have him go there. Start from Awakening. Yeah, just sit, I guess, and just trade the Vaughn and stay in a forest somewhere. Doesn't matter which where. Just as long as you don't give him forest. That's fine. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. It's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah,
we'll deal with this.
Yeah, this is not good though.
He one-shots this guy if
No,
he
he
doesn't
doesn't.
miss. Okay, well, sure.
Okay, if we can get out and just drop on the fort, great. But if not,
That guy's a steel
Alright,
weapon. so
we're
it's fine.
fast. We're fast. Nice Force Slayer.
Horse Slayer, I mean, yeah.
Don't need it. I guess we could still make it to a fort. That's something.
Yeah, we make it to the top fort, guaranteed.
I guess just sit on the top fort with your javelin, so we can one-shot that mage on enemy face, so he doesn't bother us. Yeah, just do that, I guess. And just javelin and sit. Yeah, and then Kent can go to the left, I think. No, that's not safe. Oh, the Merc is healing AI. Just kill this Merc, I guess. And then maybe Sane can like sit in a forest with a sword equipped. Fight these guys. Yeah, that's fine. I think that's good. And if the guy's gonna destroy the village, but that's whatever. That's it.
Okay.
That's all we can do. That's all we got.
What's even in that village?
A heavy spear, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Kent is gonna kill that brigand that we just weakened, and then Sane, maybe go like a little bit, try to go to the left of the thief so you can't leave, so that we can still get the XP with Kent. I think is the best play. Like I said, calmly.
Dropping Hector to the right of the ballista, he should live that one mage and still get to there in time.
Yeah, I just want Marcus in front of the boss is all. So just equip the Silver Lance, I guess, and drop.
So, yeah, equip the Silver Lance, drop south to right. This is what I did last time. I fucked up in the exact same way.
Yeah, just kill the brigand, I think. Yep, Steel Sword. Oh, I guess the thief can always leave because the village is broken, but I actually don't even attack the brigand, I think, because then he's gonna suicide on Sane. So just sit, I guess. You have a sword equipped, so it should be okay. Yeah, sure. Let's see what happens. Not the village, like I said, calmly. Alright, nice. So we can escape anytime now. That's good. Just take our ball and go then. When if Kent has no kills available. And if he does, then we just take that kill and then we leave. Okay.
Okay, so we take that kill and go.
Yeah, I think the thief might steal our phone. That's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
Probably worth just killing the brigand because the thief is on a forest. Like, fuck him. Just get the brigand. We got like 1.5 level? That could be worse. Alright, so while we were Bungaing in Nobility of Kaelin, you can see that on the top right that Team Dart is already in Pirate Ship, and they're going to have Matthew steal the Speed Wing. Ironically, Speed Wing is a time loss to get because it takes a little bit more time to get Matthew there, but it's more than made up for by the security of having extra speed on either Hector if he's speed screwed, or otherwise you can get some extra speed on Hawkeye or Heath or whoever your carry is. In Dart's team's case, that is Hawkeye. But you do have to finagle keeping Matthew safe from the enemies. You want Hector to be the one who fights everything, and at the last turn you steal from Zoldom and then instantly kill Zoldom with Hector. And Justin says that he has like a different strat than what he's seen everyone else do. I don't remember what the old strategies were, but I remember when retrying this chapter a couple times with a Matthew Steele, I came to the exact same set of moves. So I can attest that they're good moves. You get a free Pure Water from stealing from that Shaman on turn 1, which is nice, but I don't think it's really necessary for anything given that you can buy Pure Waters before you need more of them. But, I mean, I guess. And then the main difficulty I find with Matthew is that Hector is now weighed down, so his accuracy and speed go down so much. Normally he's like OHKOing and doubling Shaman, so it's super reliable, whereas here it's not as much. You mitigate the risks here by being able to use this Pure Water on Hector now while he's holding Matthew. And that bottom Shaman is Nosferatu, so he always gets doubled by Hector unless he's like base speed or something, because I think that Shaman literally has 0 AS, so you'd have the like a Hector with 7 or less speed at this point, which would be outrageously slow either way. There's a 10. He also has like freaking 8 resistance now, so 15 with the Pure Water on the turn you freshly use it, so that's pretty insane. I think, let's see, so you get the Guiding Ring here, and next turn you still drop Matthew on the stairs down there with Hector right above, and then next turn you steal when you kill Zoldem. One thing I did notice is that their Hector only has, I think, the Wolf Beetle and the Hand Axe. I don't think they brought an Iron Axe. So there's like a trade-off you can do here. Either you steal with Matthew from below, and then Hector can trade with Matthew to secure the speed wings, so that if you fail to kill an enemy phase or on player phase, then Zoldem will attack Matthew, and if Matthew dies, you still have the speed wings, and you can still continue on. They forgot to trade it off here, but they absolutely could have. But they are fine here. But I think if the Hand Axe missed there, they put themselves at extra risk unnecessarily. What they could have done is bring an Iron Axe, have Hector attack from one range, and then you're not much less likely to miss Zoldem. So I think that is something you might want to do, but there's of course a trade-off that if you use an Iron Axe, you cannot trade from Matthew, and so your Speedwing might just get lost in the void if Zoldem decides to attack Matthew. I don't know if he would, but that could happen. Anyway, just doing this to honor the extensive work that my will go on put into providing me timestamps of things to commentate on. I don't think I've done a very good job of highlighting that. I have like 3 highlights total for the whole race for 5 fanged outfits, but a bunch from Dart. I can't feature them all, unfortunately. But yeah, let's move on to the next one. Alright, at this point, we're on the Dread Isle, and I took over from Pyrope, who did an excellent job in the early game. Even despite the lack of practice he managed to pull through. Yeah, sure, I coached him all the way through, but executing the moves, well, still takes some effort. So good job there. Anyway, I'm deploying Sarah here because she's a unit that we have, and I think in order to train Dart safely, it might be necessary for me to have a distraction. Normally that's Florina, who is just the Death Fart after she recruits Fiora, but we don't have her. So let's go. The Iron Axe and some walls. The porch. The Iron Axe, go. Hector down with the Wolf Beetle. No move for you. Well, actually, she might be getting attacked by that guy. That's fine. Whatever. I don't care. Burnus will stay alive for a turn longer. Alright, let's go here. Down right. Forest to go Iron Axe. Yeah, the Sarah move is like slightly bad. I think what I should have done is, what normally happens is Florina has a Iron Axe equipped, so she doesn't get attacked there, but Sarah does, so whatever. It's a wash. Please one shot, thank you. There should be a Fiora arriving. That goes for a Nomad. Yeah, Dan Gaming. First level up incoming. Huh.
Sometimes I forget his name is Dan.
Alright, we're...
That's
that's cringe, that's cringe, that's cringe. Chat, we have cringe on board. I'm gonna just Hand Axe Foam then. This is improv now, because I didn't do what I want, but it's fine. Hector. Alright, still will be alright. Turn 3, yeah, sure. We're in mildly cringe territory because Fiora missed that one Nomad, so Dart's supposed to finish him off. But as long as Dart survives and gets some XP, I'm happy. As long as like, I hit Uhai, of course. That's fine, as planned. There goes my Fiora. Go here, Hand Axe, not Porch yet. Go up here, Hand Axe I think, for these Nomads. Start fighting some Pegasus Knights, start sea walking. I don't know if it'll get us out of Nomad range in time for it to matter. But
Strength.
I packed more volleys. Yep, let's get some strength. Oh,
Well.
well done.
That's our carry.
That's our carry, boys. Hector's a little underleveled, isn't he? Oh no, he's fine. He's fine. Max strength. All right, 9 speed. All right.
Yeah, max strength.
18
almost
defense.
max
Never mind.
defense.
Never
like,
mind. We're good.
yeah.
We're good. I'm just a little worried about the
our
dart with the
Hector-
nomads.
The speed is all right too. Our Hector's really good.
Yeah, he's not gonna double Oleg probably though, because he's level 18 now, right?
Yeah, so he's not gonna double Oleg unless he somehow gets both speeds. But he doesn't need to, because his defense and strength will both be capped.
Yeah, it's just that it makes it hardest for Dart to get Oleg killed. It's fine. We're going next to the cliff and Voln again. I'm a little concerned for Dart. He might have to dodge like 1 or 2 hits now. Alright, you go in here. I think it's torch time.
Yeah, because Uha is right down there.
Okay, so that Pegasus Knight is dying, and I'm just gonna keep moving Dart to the corner. One thing I do not know is how to like most likely get Uhai to not be in healing AI with Hand Axe plus Wolf Fuel. But we'll find out, I guess. Oh my god, dude, please. If I have to reset, I'm not even mad with these level ups. Oh my holy shit.
Yeah.
Dart, please.
That is a little cringe, just a little.
I have plus 1 HP plus 1 res from 2 levels. Let's not chat. Sponsored by HB. Not even that. Alright, it's Hand Axe Gaming time.
25 2 hit.
All we need. Alright, I'm just gonna sit here and Hand Axe, I guess. And just take my ball and run. Okay, Uhai. Alright, I see what kind of game this is gonna be.
Okay, sure.
Alright. Maybe I'm supposed to Iron Axe here, actually, considering only parrots are reaching me. I guess I'm running to the corner and using the phone.
Oh, no, I guess.
Alright, let's just hit, I guess. Should try this first. Nice. Okay, at least we got that. Alright, our dart is still base level, basically.
Yeah. God damn.
We'll just have to take our chances next time. Okay, more defense. Okay.
Okay, just max defense.
We're not doubling anything. We're an armor knight. It's okay. Nope. Lumbo crit? Short bow crit, I think. So, yeah. That is how our carry is going to work. And it gets slightly better, maybe. Let me move you on to Near Resolve. I think Dragon's Gate was mostly fine. Actually, no, there is one thing I think in Dragon's Gate that I gotta show. Alright, it's coming up soon, so might as well start here. We're just moving Hector to the throne at chill pace while getting training in.
There's really no in between.
To the extreme. Alright, the mages are out.
The funny thing is, it's not even the only capped strength Hector.
Does the other one have more speed,
normal
though?
to cap. I don't know about defense, though.
How much speed does the other one
No,
have?
the defense is like all these Hectors are pretty good. Like, don't get me wrong. There hasn't been a bad Hector so far.
Okay.
I mean,
okay. I'm not even surprised anymore. Like, come on, just bring him on, I guess.
we got
Bring it.
short bow crit too by Uha.
It's fine. I could just play for phase this boss here.
It didn't even do anything. It was just insulting.
I mean, I don't get one
that's
shot, so I guess just like sit here and try and see what happens on any phase. But I'm taking my ball and running after this guy dies. Like, I'm not chancing a crit. I'm saying that a lot.
I mean, if he misses.
Yeah, if he misses, I'm going for the attack, I think. But otherwise, I don't think I should risk it. I mean, I guess it's not a high chance. I do really need the levels on this dart, so do I chance it?
I would say roll.
Roll with it? Okay, you missed anyway.
Okay, you can go for it
Okay,
anyway.
let's
Doesn't
go
matter.
for it.
Let's see.
The Lunatome, our Athos.
Do gotta get that Desert Luna. Pretty important.
So many Luna options.
Yeah, that was still pretty fast, even with the turn delay.
Yeah, I think I know what to do from the top of my head here. I need a torch on Hector, I think. Alright. So, during the preps here, might as well elaborate a little bit on what's going to happen in this chapter. So, we need to get Hector to Oleg, but it's also important to get Dart level. So, there's a specific set of moves involving Hector, Ninian, and Dart that will get Dart close to the boss, and then hopefully you can kind of finagle a boss kill for him. And in the meantime, we got to do some shopping with Eliwood and Lowen. Make sure Ninian is safe from enemies, and just generally make sure that Hector does like most of the combat and most of the kills, but Dart gets kills wherever he can, and hopefully he gets the XP from the boss, because as soon as we get the Ocean Seal, we have to promote Dart, so it's really important for him to get a bunch of XP while he still gains it by the tons. Like, yeah, sure, Dart will get 20 levels while promoted, but he still needs a lot. So I'll fast forward until like we actually get stuff done with Dart here. Okay, so it's like on this turn where the fun begins. So Dart gets another level up here. Of course. Of course.
Same too.
No speed. Awful ass Dart.
That is 6 stats in 4 levels.
All we need, baby. It's FE7, right? Enemies are weak, right? Right?
I don't know. I think we need a crazed beast on the team.
Yeah. Alright. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that should be right. Dance. I hope I one round this fucking monk. This fucking Dart.
He should be able to one-shot. Yeah.
Strength, yeah.
I was like, strength alone should one-shot, but apparently base speed is
think
enough
so.
to double because the enemies in this game are funny.
Hilarious, even. Alright, don't forget the shop. Don't kill him. Thank you. Darts, please get some good levels. Oh, he's not doubling, of course. What was I thinking? Why is this Wyvern not going for Dart, though? You have a 20 HP, 20 defense Dart. But Hector is so tanky, why would you go for him? Okay, I don't think I can feed Oleg to Dart. In fact, I think Dart is only safe to stay here.
Yeah, that's not a friendly phase.
I'm going here. But I think I just fawn with darts out of range. Like, just have Hector clear a path for him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's too much, whatever.
That was like
I think it's like Dart kills this Wyvern and Dart moves backward, right? There's only one way out. Like this, maybe? Seems good, right?
With the Vuln?
Yeah. I mean...
As long as they don't all hit.
I can move full move, but like... Okay, game. Alright, I get it! You don't like me. I mean, now they're going for him, so that's good. But it's also bad because it means Dart gets even less XP.
What was that?
I'm just critting stuff, don't mind me.
By every enemy in the game.
I'm just casually getting crit by people, so don't mind me. Okay. I guess I do kind of want to one-round him this turn. I guess I'll just go for the Brigand kill with Dart. Oh god, Hector doesn't even survive this, does he? He doesn't survive a crit. I mean, I guess we just do Dart, Hector into Dart. Like, what other choice do we have? Right?
I think we do have to. Yeah, I think we have to risk the crit. I don't think there's any feasible.
Plus, we need to redeem this Dart.
Does Dart need to Steel Axe?
Oh god.
Yeah.
Alright, we're doing it.
Oh my god.
We're doing it.
Okay.
We're Bungaing.
Holy shit, that was the riskiest. Okay. It was the only way
We were
out.
basically resetting anyway if that went wrong. Oh, we got speed. Alright, nice.
Speed!
Alright.
Ah,
Cool.
We won
okay.
it.
Nice.
Dart
Alright.
appreciates the risk we took.
Holy shit. If I learned anything from that, it's just Dart wants to be risky stuff. This trading arc is so stressful. There's one thing I want to check real quick that I noticed while I was rewatching this. I was wondering if we could maybe have hit that Brigand and then dance with Dart to get some extra XP. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we could have hand-axed that Brigand, but I think that was the hand-axe Brigand that wasn't hit before. So I don't think we could have killed him with Dart unless he somehow doubled here, but he doesn't double because his speed is awful. Okay. Yeah. So we have a very slow Dart with like a little bit of strength, but not a whole lot else. And it just got his first point of speed, which was very cringe. Like very, very, very annoying to work with. It doesn't matter too much here because here he's just being a training project and being okay. But it doesn't look great for his future. Alright, I need to watch a good Berserker for a bit. So we're going to take a look at Team Dart's Hawkeye Fiora strat for Chapter 27. Pale Flower of Darkness. There's a specific set of moves you can do with her Berserker, and almost any unit that can pick up these units, in which case that's Fiora here. But the strategy is usually used for Dart, but because they snipe Fiora, they can do it with Hawkeye. Hawkeye is even more effective than Dart here because Hawkeye is more res, and the chapter has long-range tomes and Kenneth, who hit on resistance, of course. So you can drop Hector very far ahead here, and with smart use of rescues and drops, you can make sure that your units stay pure-watered. Fiora stays near the beginning, and her task is to spear the Bolting Mage, who on this turn attacks Myrnus. I'm going to slow him down a little bit because it's going a little bit too fast. He snaps Myrnus from near the wall, and then you can pick him off with a spear, so you don't need anything like a longbow to take him out of here. And it also just, you know, saves animation time and risk for units dying. And from here, Fiora just has to run away. They have a really good Fiora, by the way. Apparently she got a lot of good level ups in Crazy Beast in particular. So that's going to be helpful. Although I think Crazy Beast is when she kind of needs to level ups the most. After this, she's kind of just reduced to a flunky role that can have almost any stats. But anyway, thanks to the efforts of the rescue dropping from Fiora, Hawkeye and Hector are able to get pretty far ahead. And Hawkeye could just kind of push through no problem. But what you want to pay attention to the most, I think, is when they get inside the building, in particular the room with the sniper and the Swordmaster. That can be tricky. I think usually your carry at this point will double the sniper, especially if it's dart, but I think Hawkeye sometimes does too. You'll never double the Swordmaster, but you can crit him with the Sword Weaver and, you know, get away with that way. Like here, the Sword Weaver, I don't remember if you always one-shot those mercs with Hawkeye. I mean, it's never always, but if you usually one-shot them. But it's nice that you can fight them while the Wyverns are still out of range due to the snow. But now the snow dissipates, and you want to equip regular axes on both of them. And Hector gets a killer axe in case he cannot double them. I think there Hector can double. And there's like a specific set of moves you gotta do with Fiora. In my memory, you put Fiora 1 below Myrnus, not 2 below. But it looks like it works either way. I've been doing 1 below Myrnus, and the next turn she moves to the bottom left corner, and then the way the Wyverns move means she's never in range there. And generally, by the time the map ends, she is not getting attacked by the Wyverns. They also get stuck on Myrnus for a while, but Myrnus can die. So here Hawkeye misses the sniper on one of his 2 attacks, it seems, and he also got hit, which is unfortunate. I think that's only a steel bow, but it's still gonna bite because he doesn't have a whole lot of turns to heal here. So Hector comes in, and normally he's supposed to kill that archer, but now instead they get stuck behind this longbow archer that Hector couldn't kill because he had to kill the sniper. So it's improv time from here. It's not too bad because they're not in range of the Swordmaster. No one's gonna die immediately. Fiora will be able to get away from the Wyverns as long as they get stuck on Myrnus, and she just moves to the right. The Purge Bishop will, if he hasn't run out of Purge yet, will run out soon. Myrnus dies, so Fiora does have to get away. But she has a turn to get away, so it's fine. The Thief is going to open up the bottom room with the hero in it, and they're going to chase after them, possibly, which is annoying. Hector goes in here, comes Sword Weaver because the Swordmaster's right there. You can either hand axe the Swordmaster with Hawkeye, or just get out of the way and use the Sword Weaver. And this positioning, I think, will allow them to slip through into the room and choke the point while Hawkeye takes care of the boss. Like, you put Hector in the choke points. Hawkeye crits the Swordmaster, which is good for them. Gets him out of the way. But I think they could have walled him off anyway with Sword Weaver Hector. And now Hawkeye just needs to go in front of Kenneth and just chill. You could attack here. If you get crit, you die, but it's only 2%. Miss. Hit. Oh, that is so unfortunate. 2% crit from Kenneth. You have to, like, either... You have to not crit. You gotta miss at least 1 hit, because you 2 KO him. And Kenneth needs to land, like, it was like a 70+ hit with 2% crit. That is so unfortunate. That sucks a lot. Let's fast forward to a good ending here, because that's gonna leave a bad taste in my mouth if I leave it there. Alright, this time they're in a similar position, but the sniper might die this time, and that will get him there 1 turn earlier. I think Hawkeye also almost exactly died to that aura crit. Like, if he just had 1 more res from that pure water, he might actually survive. He was at like full health, right? I don't know if they healed or if they just dodged everything up to that point. Yeah, the sniper dies this time. Okay. Okay, so now, I mean, Hector's still 2 away, so you can't really speed up the Kenneth kill for any main results. He doesn't have the strength to 2-shot this time. I think they're checking if they would survive a crit or something over 2 turns. Looks like they're going with the Elixir. Getting 12 on the Elixir Gulf. I think you Sword Weaver here with Hector, because you only just need these enemies out of the way, and this guarantees it. I guess the Longbow Archer could get in the way, but then Kenneth can probably kill them. Yep, there you go. Or Hawkeye could kill them after he killed Kenneth. If Hawkeye missed Kenneth again, for some reason, then, and the Archer choked the point, it would be bad, but they would both have to happen, and I think the Archer will not likely do that. He'll probably attack from below or something. All good. You know, while we're here, they can seize now, right? Yeah, they can seize. We should watch Battle Before Dawn as well here. Battle Before Dawn for all teams. Like, that's always a treat, Battle Before Dawn. So they're prepping for Battle Before Dawn. I've explained a lot, but the main difficulty is getting a game over and having to reset. The enemy phases on the first couple turns take a long time, and if Jafar dies early, nothing you can do. You have to reset, so Raisins has called it the Great Equalizer before. There's a pretty specific set of items you want to take on Fiora here to ensure a smooth path. The basic idea is that someone like Heath or Florina can get to Ursula and kill her quickly. with just like kind of just dancing her and moving full move every turn. But with the Berserkers, Dart and Hawkeye, you gotta do a couple of fancy things involving like a mine on a hero. Not a mine glitch, just a mine. So let's see what they go with here. I think they're using the exact same strategy that I'm gonna use later. So Pure Water with Hawkeye, move full with Ninian. And then we're gonna have to try and get Ninian to Hawkeye again in a later turn. So open a door. Fiora rescues, moves a little bit to the left to stay out of range, and Hector drops Ninian in a spot where she's able to dance someone next turn. But, oh, and then Justin realizes he forgot the mine. That's right. I didn't read that in notes. Fortunately, they noticed it before they actually had to use it, because that's like a whole enemy phase further in. So they ditched the extra hand axe they were packing for Hawkeye, which would have been helpful, but there's just no space right now. We need, I think, every single one of these items. They need the door key and chest key to obtain the Delphi shield. And, yeah, and they're going to get Heath's mine as well as the other items from the other characters. So they get the mine. It's a very neat little use of it. Have the reverse. I think it's pretty much a tradition at this point that you have to reset Battle Before the Unleashed ones. Not necessarily because of Jafar, but because of preps. Oh, they changed the chest key for the hand axe after all? Then where's the chest key going? Are they just not getting the Delphi shield? I guess they can get it off the thief. I'm curious about that too now. Like, they had it on her. And if they really wanted to not bring the chest key, they could have put it on Ninian or on Hector. It's not like they need all their slots. Why would you convoy the chest key instead of trading it to someone else? That's curious. Well, you're going for it here. Unfortunately, their own commentary VOD got lost. I'm not sure if I mentioned that yet, so I'll have to ask Justin about this. But I just really want to get this recording off because I've been putting it off for a couple days. Okay, so Hawkeye goes nuts on enemy phase. He has a hand axe, so he's pretty unlikely to kill the hero, but everything else that attacks him will die. But the hero is the big problem because he's going to occupy the choke point that we want to lead Ninian through. Of course, you could just crit the hero with Hawkeye and save yourself a bunch of time. They didn't, unfortunately. Hawkeye will never double that hero. Nino pretty much always survives here. That monk critting her at an inopportune time is like... I'm sure it happens to some people, but it's pretty rare in Hector normal mode for it to have any consequences, even if it does happen. And it's pretty rare in the first place. Pretty decent Hawkeye, 16 speed, not bad. I don't remember the exact benchmarks for Hawkeye, but he seems to be doing good. Oh, goes to Bishop, gets a free Legion with Force Troubles. But what we really want to see is Jafar not die. And it looks like he got hit by the Sword Reaver on turn 1 on enemy phase, so that's bad news for him. It usually happens, but if he doesn't survive, if he doesn't get hit, he's pretty likely to survive turn 2 enemy phase. So Ninian makes a pretty odd move here, moving like only a couple tiles to move Fiora, but that's to get Fiora right in front of the hero and puts a mine above herself, and the hero wants to move around because he wants to attack in support range of himself. It's stupid, but that's how it works. Because enemies move as if they have supports with each other, basically. Even with themselves. Jafar's getting hit a lot. He might die here. He needs to dodge, I think, both mages and another Sword Reaver. Okay, dodge that. That's the most likely one. Mage. There's nothing you can do about it, but it is fun to watch. Oh, gets mined. Don't reset. Don't do a mine glitch. That gets the hero stuck in that place where Hector can finish him off with the Sword Reaver, and he's out of the way with the choke point, so you can just move Fiora through. And Hector has Ninian rescued and will now be able to pass off Ninian. Oh, there goes Jafar, never mind. Would be able to pass off Ninian to Hawkeye or to Fiora, who would then pass Ninian to Hawkeye, who then drops her in the corridor, as you'll see in this reattempt. Jafar's getting hit a lot again. 6 HP left. Hero perfectly executed. Jafar dodges. And Jafar dodges. Okay, so now we should elixir near Zephiel's room, and you can see the strap being executed properly now. Slow it down to 1 time from 2 times, so excuse the big difference maker. This is not super great for Jafar because he's still going to get hit a lot, but he'll fight some enemies that you can usually kill yourself. It's a slight time loss, but you're just happy if he survives. Okay, so we give Ninian to Fiora. Just have Hector sit with the Sword Reaver to clean up the hero. And Fiora gives Ninian to Hawkeye. You can trade the hand axe here, yep. Give him the torch. Torch is important too. You need to use that this turn. And yeah, still no sight of a chest key. The Delphi shield is not as necessary for Fiora, I don't believe, but I think it does something in Victory or Death, so I'm curious if they're deliberately leaving it out. So yeah, Jafar's gonna fight a couple dudes. This is probably the configuration where he runs out of killing edges the fastest, because he fights like the Sword Slayer fighter that's at the start of Zephiel's room. He never goes in though, thankfully. He doesn't move unless you get in his range. Ninian takes a hit from this monk, gets him away from Ninian. But coincidentally, this is also where the monk needs to go for Fiora to finish him off. So it's very helpful. So here, Hawkeye goes down, uses a torch so that he can see Ursula. And then Fiora goes here to spear the monk. And this is where Fiora could just take the chest key off of Ninian if you give it to her. There's no risk of Ninian dying before this point. Just a minor thing though. Alright, Sword Weaver Ursula. And then Sword Weaver on enemy face should clean up the mercs. Ooh, miss Ursula. That's okay, because sometimes that just happens, right? Either you miss Ursula or you might not even double her if you're really unlucky. So Ursula roasts Ninian. Goodbye, Ninian. Ninian is dead. This is okay. Contrary to popular belief, this is okay. I'm also not sure why they're moving Hector down. I think usually you don't do that, because like there's some setups where you have Hector recruit Nino, so I guess that's what they're going with. It is worth to get an extra elixir if you're low on elixirs. I don't get the sense that they are. I think they've used 1 out of their 6 elixirs. You get 1 from Ninian and 1 from Louise. I didn't watch the whole VOD by them, but that's the impression I got. But hey, I trust their judgment. Yeah, Jafar just not countering like he usually does. Takes out one of the mages. They're just gonna keep trucking with Hector. I think they either want Nino or they have some kind of chess key plan with him that I missed. Okay, Ursula's taken down now, so no more reinforcements. I mean, I think they're basically good at this point. So might as well talk a little bit about what's it like timer-wise right now. So our timer is 4 minutes behind theirs, and we're 1 chapter behind theirs, but they're basically done with Battle Before Dawn, whereas we're like still need to go through it, and we still have to go through the Jafar reset algorithm. So we are behind, but we started 10 minutes ahead as soon as Awakening ended. So Deliberate Bunga, my team, has a good shot at beating them still, as long as we don't lose more time compared to them. And Five Fanged Offense, their timer is about equal as Marduk will go on, like 20 minutes apart, 20 seconds apart. And I think they just beat Crazed, or they just beat the Vita map, so they're now in Pilflower of Darkness, the map that Deliberate Bunga's already in. So if you ignore the timers, it's pretty close, within 1 chapter, but the timers do exist. Still fairly close, but Five Fanged Offense has a lot of ground to make up for, so they have to hope that we struggle somewhere. I'm going to fast forward to when we do Battle Before Dawn. Actually, I want to show you our Kenneth combat real quick. It's quite good. Alright, let's watch and see how our Dart is doing speed-wise. I think we'll probably be complaining about it out loud if it's if he levels up here.
Yeah, it's fine. Dart is built for the risks.
Okay, I've never gotten my carry attacked here. This is, I think Fiora gets out of range because she can fly over the forests, which costs more move, so... But now we can get out of range, I think.
Yeah.
Because we have 1 more. Unless it starts snowing again now. Does it? No, right? Nah.
No, you're good.
Alright. We don't risk it, right? We just like go here and Pure Water slash Elixir. Pure Water's probably fine. I think it's Pure Water.
Honestly, you don't really need to do anything.
Yeah. I'll Pure Water anyway, just in case it opens up options next turn. I'll just throw my Hector here. Don't crit me. Don't crit me. Just don't crit me. Okay.
Hey.
Dart, can you hit? Can you hit?
Oh my god.
Do we just... we go for broke with the Brave Axe now?
At this rate, I think we do.
I mean, what's going to go wrong if we don't? I feel like that extra turn is not that significant here. I think we just like, elixir up.
And theoretically, we do have Hector as an emergency backup, because as long as there's no crit, he still won't kill.
No, he will kill me now. So
oh,
yeah,
he will.
We have, I think elixir.
3 misses.
Yeah, but you have 3 out of 4 earlier. Very cool. Guard is very base right now. Isidora is kind of running out of time, I guess.
You haven't had to reset?
What had to reset? Battle for Dawn? What?
You didn't have to reset on Kenneth, did you?
Not yet. You almost jinxed it there, but we got through.
That wouldn't have killed, actually. You would have lived on 1 HP.
With the crit? Based?
Yeah, with the crit.
Speed!
You would have had
Come
exactly
on.
1 hit
Oh,
point
get some speed! We have 15 speed! It's disgusting.
Yeah, this is a very speed-cursed Dart, but everything else is going okay. Dart got exactly HP and strength 5 different times. Only those 2 stats.
He's a fighter.
Times.
He's a pirate, but he's disguising himself as a fighter.
It's Dorcas.
We had literally
It's
drafted
just
Dorcas. We could have just drafted
What
Dorcas, saved ourselves the
happened to
trouble.
Dorcas?
I am seizing this throne.
Very
Oh, we
funny.
don't have the chesky, but it doesn't matter. We don't need Delphi Shield. Mine. So we don't need Dork Eater probably, but we do need the mine. And he needs nothing. Hector needs a
I
sword
didn't even
reaver.
know.
I'm forgetting the torch. I know, right? I made it up, but we'll see. I'm forgetting the torch. Yes.
I believe in you.
I too do.
I believe as well.
Alright. Crit. Aw. Okay. Even chat noticed no torch. Holy shit. Love it. When will I realize that I need a torch to see Ursula? Do I have no torch? I thought I had a torch. I think I have a torch on thingy. Oh, that's right. I can get one now, actually, if I don't have one on Isadora. Did I get a torch? Does anyone remember?
I think you put one on someone. I don't remember who though.
It should be on Isadora. Alright, you're right. Get it. Supposed to go one down, so we'll get the torch. And we'll go here. Was it? You were here, so you're supposed to go here. Then you dance. And then we're going here. Go down the line here. And then Hector rescues Ninian. And Dart goes here. And he's supposed to Vuln. I don't have a Vuln. I'll just Elixir, I guess. I'll just casually use my last Elixir, no problem. Not like I leveled up defense or anything, but Baka. Kind of happy with that improv, honestly. I thought it was just gonna reset with no torch. Dodge a Sword Reaver from here, 2 actually, and then a Mage. He's gonna dodge anytime now.
This is
Jafar
so
range.
funny. Oh my god. Did Jafar dodge a single attack?
No, but that Sword Reaver is what can you expect? Oh, I should have brought the Sword Reaver. It's a torch, but it's fine. We can just do it the same way. Okay, I don't mind losing to that. I've never had turn 1 go perfect before, so I'm not even mad. Because I think we'll have 1 body ring at the time, so I don't remember break back ways. Okay, let's speed it up a little bit, because you're going to see this enemy phase another time later. But I do want to see if Jafar lives this time. Also if I pull off the Ursula thing, because I honestly don't remember if this attempt went well. It's been almost a month at this point. Ooh, strength and speed and res based. Okay, we'll get it, we'll get it. Jafar did get hit by the Sword Reaver, so he's a little low. Alright, pull it off, get the torch, very good. Put it back, dance. Mine. Go down, Elixir. Rescue Ninian. Beautiful. Oh, that's not good. That's good. That's good. And there's something else that happens in this chapter, I believe, that I have to check in a little bit. Not sure if it was this race or the other race I did recently, but I just gotta check it. Okay, alright. Doing it. Give him that stuff too. Yep. Just wait, it's fine. Yep, keep going. That's right. Great level up too, by the way. Torch. Kill the monk. And Minion dance to kill Ursula, hopefully. She doesn't reach. Okay, he does reach this hit twice, preferably. Of course. Alright. It's fine. It's fine. Hector's done, I think. Yeah. Alright, just Ninian dies. Oh, doesn't die.
That's still bolting, so we're still in potential win range.
Yeah. I guess I'll just move like down left and hit her again. And I miss twice.
With a 70, we should be good.
Oh,
Now
we
that we're
double
at this
mercs, alright.
stage.
They're still short mercs, but still. This gives me hope. Alright, let's see you next level up. Okay, alright.
We take that. So good.
Alright, Sword Slayer incoming. This is the other guy's a Sword Slayer for 2. No. Okay, alright.
Hey, yo!
He's gonna heal now. We're good. I don't know if we're getting boots, but we're good for now. We do kind of need boots. And Jafar's not gonna help me block the way. I could have used some extra hand axes. Maybe I can get him over there still. I'm gonna move Hector towards that. I still only have 9 hand axes remaining. Actually, can we do...
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I don't do this usually, so hopefully this is okay. This doesn't get me the full move back, but it gets me something. Okay, alright. 18
Oh my
speed.
god, we are going to hit the speed thing. Oh my god.
He's a late bloomer.
Yeah,
them
20
knock.
speed by denning is enough, so...
Alright. So Dora can catch the mercs, I guess, before they get out of hand. I hope. I mean, Jafar's there anyway, so it should be okay, but this is slightly scuffed territory. Rages are gonna come inside now. Oh, the other one didn't move? What the fuck? I guess he already did move. Okay.
There was no one in attack range, and that one's AI is to only attack, I think.
Okay, we'll get this guy, I guess. I don't know if we ever need the spear again. I don't think we do. I don't think we're actually making it with this thing. I might want the other elixir though, so I'll just keep moving Hector. Okay. Oh, Jafar's out. Okay.
That was the final attack.
Yeah. His final countdown. That's gonna cost a bunch of time. I don't know how I'm getting to the boots thief in time, but I guess this Dora's here to help. There's the boots. So it is in the building.
Boots will come to you, won't it?
Yeah, eventually. I guess Jafar can never kill it, so it should be okay.
Yeah.
I don't know when it'll come. I guess I'll light up a torch in honor.
That was a crutch dodge on Ninian. Did Dart also miss Ursula?
Yeah, Dart missed
Yeah.
Ursula. I think the dodge on Ninian didn't help so much. It just gave me like a move back with Dart, kind of, but I didn't need it for anything specific. Like, Ninian was always supposed to die there, or was like, we were ready for her to die there.
Fair enough.
We're thinking
And
about
it seems like you were only slightly unlucky with only one Jafar reset, I believe.
Yeah, one Jafar reset. I mean, I need to get Jafar through this. I guess I'll just rescue Jafar now and kill the one range guys. Or do I keep two ranging these guys? I need to keep the corridor open though. If I rescue, I can get out of range. It can go for... Yeah, I can just give him the hand axe now. One-shot some dudes. I think this is the right play. Not sure though.
I think so too.
Alright. Hector, we might need your help, bro.
You might need your hand axes if he
Yeah.
has any.
He doesn't have that many, unfortunately, but he has a couple. I mean, Boots Thief should come to me. Like, it should be fine.
Yeah, our
And
darts recovering in speed, by the way. Got speed almost every level these last couple.
Yeah.
So.
You got
Yeah,
an empty
that's
level up
good.
earlier. It's kind of funny.
I saw him grow to 16 at least, so you can double Fimbulvetter Limstella at the
Yeah.
very least.
So chat says.
Yeah.
I heard it from my Dart will go on.
Uh-huh.
this is not information that I know by heart.
Alright, Boots is here. Can we get those from you, please?
Alright, and the chapter's basically done.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so we did end up getting Boots Thief. Thank God. Any elixir. I'm a filthy hypocrite. I'm criticizing Team Dart for moving Hector, and I just do the same thing myself. Very cool, Mecha. Very non-biased commentary. Alright, let's see. What I've been promised is a very hectic Battle Before Dawn from Five Fanged Offense. Alright, here we are. Five Fanged Offense, killing it with Heath. I don't have many timestamps from this team, but I do have their VOD, so we can just listen to it.
Yes.
Yep. So put Heath
Okay,
on
so-
the top steps and then dance for him. One left of that? Yeah. Dance for him there.
Equip it.
I'm not sure why they're not using Pure Water on this turn, because I think Heath needs all his other player phase to do other things. I always use the Pure Water on this turn with before you dance with Ninian.
And then door key, and then rescue.
Yep, the mine.
This way, grab a mine from here. And then I'm just not gonna move Hector.
Oh, move Hector, move Hector.
That far up. Yeah, but I'm just gonna go right here instead of one. Right? Or do I want to draw the hero?
Drawing the hero is fine if you have the sword Reaver equipped, but because the other option is he attacks Heath, and
Heath.
Yeah, we just want him to die.
Just dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
To do mine things, they would want the hero to stay near where Heath is, so I'm not sure what the plan is if they go left with the hero, but I'm sure they have a plan.
Still dodge. What a champion.
What a champion.
Also, Heath could just kill the hero.
So good right now.
He's literally just one-shotting like every... Oh my gosh. He just keeps doing it. Imagine like that mage just like walks up and crits Neo.
So we don't need the that hero died, right? So we don't need the mine anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's insane, Heath. Holy god.
Okay, so what's the next step?
So next step is Florina goes all the way up. She holds on to Ninian. We don't need to give her the mine, so just we can forget about the mine. And then Heath is going to move so that she can give her to him next turn. So 7 tiles ahead of her.
Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's right here.
1, 2, 3. Well, she can move 7 and then give him.
So here.
Yeah. Or like she.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I hope he doesn't bonk.
And I don't pure water or anything here.
You can pure water. Yeah, pure water here. Yeah.
Interesting.
He's so low on weapons.
Yeah, that Florina's gonna fix that next turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's also interesting that they have so much spear left in the first place, because I always use it to train Heath in desert. But clearly they have other ways to do it.
Nice.
And then I have to torch the next turn, so I can't heal.
You have to drop the next turn, and then torch the turn after that. You'll be fine though. I mean, Ursula's not gonna hurt you, and then it's just like a bunch of mercenaries. Oh, that's
sure
scary.
Ursula's not gonna hurt us.
Yes.
Jafar's fine.
Okay.
Okay, so trade and give.
Give.
Yep. Either order.
Silverlands and
the javelin for the spear. Oh yeah, he doesn't need the door key. Yep. And then give.
And then.
So we want to. Okay, so we'll have to count some squares because I don't remember.
Is it right above the stairs?
It is.
This is the most deliberate bung I've ever seen. I need these guys on my team.
Okay, so you can drop Ninian there on the tile you're on now.
This one?
Yeah, like she's there when you drop her.
So go here, drop here.
Yep, and then you can move Heath 2 down, and he's out of bolting range. Now that monk is going to attack Ninian. Florina doesn't have a weapon. If she did, she could kill the monk, but honestly, I don't think we need Ninian after this, so it's fine if she dies. We can, like, I don't know. we could have figured something out, but it doesn't really matter.
So they're doing basically what the Berserker does, the Berserker strategies do, but with Heath instead, which is interesting, because I think it's a little slower than what Heath usually does, which is his full move every turn. But I guess it probably gives some insurance if you get Minion to help out on this turn.
That guy blocked the way.
I think I could still probably get right if I just. Oh, but Ninian can't dance.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Ruined everything.
Damn.
Alright, just gonna have to do it one turn later. Right?
If we do it one turn later, then the mercenary can get to Zephyl, which is the whole thing we were trying to avoid.
What do you want to do?
Yeah, we could. Yeah, just. So. The important thing is that we torch before Ursula, because we want to kill her on player phase.
I can't see her. I could also just go kill the mercenary. Right?
It would take a couple turns. Yeah, just go for it, because we're just gonna have to like not have we're just gonna have to have Zephyl live the mercenary, right? Oh, or do you mean like go like wait in front of the throne room with Heath?
Not really in front. I am. Thank you. Cause a while, like no, she just wanted to lay down in her bed.
Multitasking, love it.
Okay, and then that should
block the
actually
door.
just
Yeah,
should just
okay.
Huh?
So while Castle's talking to their roommates, so you can just go left with Heath and just camp in the throne room with him. The problem is that not killing Ursula means more reinforcement spawns. You're gonna have more combats. But this has been used recently a lot more in like Soyo races and stuff, where you just forget about Ursula and just go left. In Hector hard mode, Ursula will move and like start bolting in your people, but apparently normal mode is not a thing, and so it's safer than it feels like if you use Hector hard mode. So this has a chance of success. Oh,
You bonked him.
Yep.
Oops.
I think there's more. Okay, I don't know if there's more enemies there.
There's not.
Okay.
Killed everything. So the only problem here now is we have to make the decision to either go after Ursula or just say screw it and fight. But I don't think he has enough weapons to do that.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be a lot of enemies here in a minute.
God damn it. I fucked up the strat. I'm so annoyed.
If I just did my own strat, it would have been bad, but I probably would have not lost. I might have lost.
So I think if Jafar runs out of killing edges and they put Jafar and Heath side by side to choke the throne room, they're perfectly fine. Oh, they're going after Ursula after all. Okay.
Good work.
And then kill her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
That's mad.
The only thing... oh, nice. The only thing to be slightly concerned about is if, like, more enemies, like, make it to Zephyl, but Jafar's so far from Zephyl that I just don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
I agree with past Castle. Castle.
They're just going to circle around him, and then I can just chill and get the boots, and be a good time.
Yeah.
Sniper, maybe?
I think the play was to, instead of where we dropped Ninian, drop her like one down and to the right of where she was. I think that's how we would have not gotten blocked.
Yeah, but it worked out perfectly.
Perfectly. They're gonna move
I mean,
Hector to get Nino's elixir? Or just not bother?
I don't even think we need it, because we have 2 uses on the elixir. Good gracious, what a level. Like, we can, I just...
It's up to you.
I don't think we're gonna need that many elixir uses before. Like Cog, I don't even know that he's gonna use one.
Yeah. Athos wants a couple.
Oh, you know what we do need though?
What?
That we almost forgot about is the fucking. What turn is it?
Oh, the Delphi shield.
Yeah. Okay, we got 7 turns. We should be able to get it.
Does one of those thieves have the boots?
Yes. One has a brave lance. One has the boots.
Okay. So they're coming at you. So that's not bad actually. Unless Jafar gets them.
Yeah, they always come at you.
Well, unless you block this door, then they stay on the left.
Correct. Yeah. You have to block it like alongside Jafar.
How many killing edges? Jeez.
Jafar still having weapons is kind of. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. If only. Well, I guess he can't steal your boots now.
Yeah, that's what I was mildly concerned about.
Mm-hmm. Is that the guy?
I think the first one has the brave lance. No, wait, he doesn't have anything. What?
Oh, he's got both.
Yeah, he's got both.
All right, well, just leave his way clear then, and then you'll get it.
Yep.
Nice. Jafar dodging like a champ.
Kind of what he does.
Oh, now the thief is blocked by enemies.
Mm-hmm. The other thing that's kind of awkward about that is the sniper.
Oh my god. You can't even reach him.
I don't think he won rounds, so I don't think that's a problem, but there is another problem. Uh-oh.
Don't block that. He's gonna back
I'll get
away now.
He'll come back. It's okay. He'll come back. The problem here is so the sniper, if it goes for Zephiel, this is a problem.
Yeah.
Please don't, sniper.
Okay.
Okay. He doesn't double him. Okay.
Yep.
Sorry, so this is, but the problem is
just open that door and then land on the chest.
Nope.
Okay.
Just in case this doesn't go great. Damn it!
That was the plan.
I thought that was my plan.
It's base level Florina.
We lose the fucking what's it called?
The Delphi shield.
No, we can still get that.
The boots.
Please just go to the left. Fucking fuck. Oh, is that
God.
healing?
Please heal.
Okay. That's okay. I can't do everything.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
This is bad.
It's okay. We can just dodge in victory or death.
I don't think we can. I have to mute my mic.
Okay.
1 second.
You want to pause? Good time.
No, he's gone on mute. It's so awkward because the thief on the left is going to run all the way to the upper door and then come back and no earlier. And while Heath is being blocked by enemies and running out of weapons, and his sniper is going for Zephiel over and over. There's like 5 places he has to be in at once. This is so awkward. So, yeah, you hate to be in this position. You can kill the hero, I guess. I don't know. You're going to run out of 2 range. Huh. I think you have to Silverlance each of these guys individually. Actually, you have to clear a path so that Heath can get through to the thief. That's the win con. Go to like a more open space where, yeah, I like this. Because now there's like a chance the enemies will move in such a way that he can move through within like 1 turn. But rescuing Jafar means you don't kill this guy. So it's still a little awkward. Maybe they'll force themselves into 1 range eventually. But killing them first with the spear makes it pretty unlikely that happens. The trick is that they want the Delphi shield from the right chest room and the boots from the left chest room. And by blocking that door for the 1 turn with Florina, I think they made that so much harder. 2 turns left. It's impossible to get the Delphi Shield at this point. Oh. Hold up. There's so much cooking here. I didn't mute them, by the way. They're all muted. I'm the only one talking because they are not talking.
I'm doing so many things right now. Leave me alone. Oh, this is so bad. Okay.
But they can't get the Delphi Shield now. Or the boots.
Which one's the...
It's the one you were just on.
Okay. So we got the Delphi Shield. We do not have the boots, but I can make that work.
Okay. Oh no. No boots is kind of bad, not gonna lie.
And we need him to dodge one of these.
Oh god. Oh god, no. This is so bad. Oh no. Oh my god.
Shit.
Oh my fucking god.
Yes!
Oh my god.
He is so fucking lucky. Holy
crap,
shit.
Dude, that was so scary.
We did it! I got a phone call from my mother in the middle of that. And my roommate was bugging me as well. And I was trying to focus so hard.
And I fucked up the strat that I was trying to tell him.
And he did it, not me.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was the most cursed thing I've seen.
We survived. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. Holy crap,
and we have just enough flunkies to do this.
You lost Florina.
We
yeah,
lost
rip
everything.
Florina.
We didn't get the boots. They probably have already finished the game like 20 minutes ago, and we have no chance. But we're doing it. We're fucking doing it.
You love to see the spirit of optimism in there. What the fuck was that strategy? I'm mad that that worked. I'm mad that that worked. But nowhere near as mad as I'm about to get. Okay. Let's go watch the endgame for Dart real fast. Alright, so this is the endgame, or the very, very late game. My Dart will go on is about to enter Victory or Death, the second to last chapter of the game. Right after this is the final light. And their strategy for this chapter is Hawkeye carries Hector to the gate. You might have seen it before, and let's see it in proper execution. They don't have commentary here because Cell wasn't tuned in there, so you'll have me to contend with. But it's basically just turn 1, you pure water up Hector, rescue him with Hawkeye, dance for him with Nils, and move as far as you can. And this is a chapter where you can see that the Berserker movement makes a big difference as you can move across peaks and mountains to make it through. And that's why Dart and Hawkeye are the best carries after the Flyers. This is the map why Paladins can't really compete as a main carry, as tempting as it might seem in the mid game. And the route that you're seeing with Hawkeye right here was super optimized by Dawn. It has like a very specific set of items like the halberd and the sword slayer and an iron sword for Hector to try and minimize combat animations and just trying to one-shot enemies when you can, or trying to disarm Hector and Hawkeye when possible to avoid counterattacking at all. It's very fun, but I've shown it a lot before, so I'm not like showing it in depth here. And also, this is not the greatest VOD to do it with because, as you can see, Cell is adjusting the screen right now. But it'll go back to normal when they enter the near final area. Now, the final area, the final island with Limstella, is where Hawkeye really shows off his bulk, because there's like 5 snipers there, and a lot of them will get on ballistas. I think there's already a couple of them on ballistas, as well as a bolting sage walking around, and Limstella herself using bolting. So there's a lot of coming at Hawkeye, but fortunately he has the peaks in the mountains to kind of hide on. And while Hector is being carried by Hawkeye, he preserves that pure water boost. So if he's dropped, Hector's still at +7 res compared to his normal. So they're both perfectly fine. There's also strategies where you Ninnis Grace up your flyer turn 1 with like Heath and Florina, and that also gets preserved if you use that, if you rescue Hector across the map. And that's what you might see with like the Heath team. That said, let's see how they tackle the final bit here. I will slow it down a little because it's pretty interesting. So Hawkeye drops Hector on a forest while staying on what I believe is a peak, or at least a mountain himself. And Limstella will prioritize Hector because they both have a pure water boost, but Hector's res is generally lower. I remember theirs was like pretty res blessed, so there's probably times where Hawkeye actually has less res, but Hawkeye himself is like no slouch in that department, and he has a lot more HP and more avoid, so you can see why they might still go for Hector. The ones hitting on defense, the ballistas, are still going for Hawkeye apparently, so their Hector must have pretty good defense. Or at least like not absurdly screwed. And now Hawkeye, if he gets a 1 round on Stella with his 29 crit, they can seize with Hector, but oh, very close. Looks like they needed at least 1 more crit there to get it done. I think they were about 8 points of damage short, so a little bit more strength that it could have been done, but Hawkeye's not known for his late game benchmarks. He's known for not having a training arc. So this means that Limstella gets a turn to use bolting. Now, if you don't have the bolting from Pale Flower of Darkness, this is bad, because now that Limstella's bolting equipped and you want to kill her this turn, you can't get it on the bolting, which is really nice for Athos to have in the final chapter. But they have that bolting, so I'm just rambling about it to fill time on this enemy phase as Hawkeye tanks a bunch more hits. Keep track of just how many arrows are shot at Hawkeye here, and keep that in mind when we watch our clear. So here we go. That's their Limstella kill. And now Hector can seize, and all they have to do to get to the final chapter is refuse to go to the guidance chapter and play light. Now, before we play light, while you have this chapter on your mind, please watch as I play Victory or Death with the same strategy using Dart. So the regular strategy for Dart usually involves Fiora, where Fiora will lie up with Hector carried, and then she can do that while Hector is promoted, as long as Fiora herself is unpromoted. So what you do is you bring the Legion Whip to promote Fiora after she's picked up Hector, and it gives her an extra point of move to get in range to drop Hector where you want her to be. And then meanwhile, Dart walks across the map and finishes them down. And it produces, I think, a faster Victory or Death than what Hawkeye does. Unfortunately, due to the drafting, the way that went, they stole Fiora from us, because they thought, yeah, we'll just take that from us to throw him off a little bit. And what we had to do instead is have Dart carry Hector. Now, Dart normally can't do this, but we gave him both body rings. One of them is usually done. The other one is usually reserved for Athos, the one you get in Sands of Time. So we had to give Dart both of our body rings. It's kind of cost us some time in the final chapter. But, you know, first let's get through this chapter, right? So I'm following the exact same recipe for Hawkeye here. And you can see we're dropping Dart and Hector in the same places, making the same trades, etc., etc. And we'll see how it works out for us. Now, this first turn, you know, nothing wrong with this one. In fact, I'm even going to fast forward it a little bit. So here, we dropped Hector and then use the Pure Water and then pick him back up again. And it looks a little strange, but I think for Hawkeye, this is done to... I'm trying to think what the reasoning was again. I think it maximizes something. I don't know exactly what, but I know that the strategy was made by Don, and I trust his ability to strategize, so I didn't really question it. But it was optimized perfectly for Hawkeye, and not necessarily for Dart. And so far, it hasn't really been a problem, but it can become one, because there are differences between Hawkeye and Dart that I maybe should have factored in. We took a long break before this map to make sure that I had the Hawkeye strat ready, but what I really should have done is maybe think about whether it was worth doing certain changes. There was one thing I could have done in Sands of Time where you could pick up a Draco Shield that was optional. We thought about it, didn't do it. It was like one point where we made it could have worked very hard to get it, but we were like almost done with the map. And here's the big problem, right? We take a big bolting shot from a Sage, another one from the Bishop up top. So now Dart, Hawkeye at this point is like near full HP. But Dart is already at half HP. But I still just continue on with the strategy I know and love. Do the usual trades, give Dart a Sword Slayer so he can counter the Swordmaster with that. And I'm just like, alright, I'm just gonna Pure Water up with a half HP. Arguably, this should have been an Elixir to get to full HP. No way Pure Water is gonna save me that much health. But I think I either thought I needed the Elixir for a later turn, or I figured if Hawkeye is fine with a Pure Water, he'll be fine. But I get hit by this Paladin because I have a Sword Slayer, so I get double weapon triangle disadvantage. This Eclipse is gonna miss me. Bolting Sage, I dodge it somehow. Purge, I dodge it somehow. And then a bunch of ballistas are gonna fire at me. Boom, 3 HP. Boom, dead. A reset. How long is this into the chapter? Maybe 3 minutes, maybe 5. It's a lot. The margins are super thin between us. Like, My Dart Will Go On was in this chapter like 10 minutes before us, and our margin of error after Awakening was over was also 10 minutes. So this is a time loss we probably cannot afford. But instead of turning the game off, taking a moment to think like, hey, is this the fastest strategy to do this, or can we like adjust anything? Can we maybe, like Donna suggested in the chat, actually, he was right there. He's like, hey, maybe you should have hold on to Hector for an extra turn so you can use a Pure Water an extra time, or something like that. But no, I was like, all right, just try the same thing, but maybe use Elixir instead. And that's the only adjustment I made. So here we go, up the mountain again. Sisyphus has no time to rest. So we dance and drop Hector again. Like in this instance, could have barely just held on to Hector. I guess what could go wrong is you fight the Brigand with darts, and then he gets the Brigand gets in the way. But surely you can kill a Brigand in one round, right? Like, he just equipped the Brave Axe and he probably dies. And if not, you just work around it. Like, you don't have to move that far this turn anyway. Like, you just have to use Hector's Pure Water turn 1. That's it. That's the only change you have to make. You just, and then keep him on and just go to this tile anyway. But here we go. Take some damage from a Cav this time, which is somewhat more embarrassing. And yeah, I don't have 2 range equipped, so this Druid actually gets to use Nosferatu on me instead of Eclipsing Nils. But okay, do some trades. Use a Pure Water here instead of killing the Bishop. I do like this adjustment because the Bishop barely does any damage in the first place, I think. Or doesn't do that much. But this Pure Water is also going to stop this Bolting and this Purge from doing a lot of damage. And this Divine, yeah, sure, it hits me for 8 now instead of not hitting me at all. But the Pure Water also helps with other damage, so it works out. Do this trade. Disarm him so he doesn't counterattack. I think this is an interesting move, because it might stop more enemies from reaching me after I would normally Sword Slayer the Swordmaster. I get doubled though, but not with Weapon Child, disadvantage either way. So I think this was a good adjustment, like just taking the weapons off entirely in this instance. But we're still low HP. Okay, we live, and now we have to Elixir on the peak. That's fine though, we can do that. Elixir on the peak. And yeah, just move Nils somewhere, doesn't matter. Dodge Limstella's Bolting, which is very fortunate because that would have taken off like half my HP right there probably. Dodge, 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 dodge. Easy dodges all around. Dart is pretty fast, but he's getting cut down by Hector, so let's drop him. Adjust our weapons a little bit, make sure Dart has the Brave Axe to kill Limstella with. Just drop Hector somewhere. Another dodge. I mean, when we're on terrain, dodging is pretty likely. Like, that is usually going to happen. Especially with Dart, like, no longer being weighed down now. He has, like, a more billion avoid. He's never going to hit by anything. But because his defense is so much lower than Hector, you can still go for him, which is fortunate. I don't know if we need to have a Annex equipped here, but I guess I was afraid of getting boxed in by snipers. Alright, so we go for Limstella. Get no crits whatsoever. So she's still alive. And we have to wait with Hector somewhere. I think that attack was just so she would equip Fimbulvetter and get countered. It's fine, I guess. I just need Hawkeye to live this enemy phase. Sending the Brave Axe doesn't matter much. Might have been better send the Bolting instead. No, actually, it's fine, because it gets the snipers off of me, kind of. Makes it more likely they'll ballista me instead of, like, silver bowing me or, like, going for Hector or something. They still go for darts, so we get some combat animations. That's fine. Alright, we get the C's. Looking at it now, sped up, it looks less bad than it did before to me. But I remember this chapter was like fairly tilting to me when I played it, because I was also like kind of arguing with Don back and forth. Like, hey, Donna was like, hey, why are you using these strategies? These are bad. I'm like, or he's not saying they were bad. He's like, doing these was a mistake. And I was like, what do you mean? These are your strategies. He's like, yeah, but I optimized them for Hawkeye, not for Dart. And probably should have gotten the Draco Shield, etc. And that was, in hindsight, I think this got to me a little bit when I was racing, because I remember it being really close and I was a little tensed up. And you might see the result of that too in the final chapter. Let's watch Dart play it first. Now for Dart, the audio isn't great. Either it wasn't audio balanced well, or something else went wrong. And one person talking on their team, I think it's still Justin playing. I think Joshua talks, but he's very sick, so his voice is very low, so apologies for that. But they're super concentrated because they're on the verge of winning. They can see that we're close-ish behind them, but they're in the lead. They just need to not throw.
I guess what's left of the Brave Axe.
Fine uses will get you a little bit.
And then, do we need anyone additional to box in?
No.
No? Okay. Alright, cook him.
Oh, we almost one-shot him.
Oh, that's not Uhai.
It's not, right.
It's the double sniper strat.
But I'm in.
Is that the one with the longbow?
They both have longbows.
Okay, they both do. Uhai doesn't, though.
Uhai does not. He just has the Ryan Fleesh.
Yeah.
Oh, it's always a joy to see Athos just going to town. Very nice Luna crit.
Boy, the butt nomads.
Okay.
Get fucked, Uhai.
And then Athos one rounds these two guys.
Yes.
Yep. Then we get the worst home in the game,
And we get to drop a loose.
More like drop a deuce.
the gas pens.
Whoa!
That's
Okay. It's fine.
It's a bad miss.
I guess it's... Wow. Shit.
Really weird hit RNG today. Equip Luna heal.
Yeah, 91.
And then, I guess Hector's gonna start chipping away at Uhai.
No, I'm gonna wait until we're safe. I can't believe that fucking miss. That's insane. Are we one fucking short? You gotta be fucking kidding me.
Fiora.
Yeah.
This one.
Okay. Oh! Okay. This is gonna go off track now.
You could probably try going from 2 range, and then Brendan doesn't get the counter, and he will kill Fiora on enemy phase instead. But that's okay. She missed anyway.
It's okay.
It's not okay. We're like behind. I'm like flying by the seat of my pants right now.
Right, that's right. Hawkeye goes there. Do we have an elixir, right? Do we fire that? And then
Jesus Christ, I can't believe it. Alright.
So just to make it clear what's happening here, because it goes a bit too fast for me to commentate it live, the problem is that every door opens, and because they missed a bolting on Brendan, Hawkeye and Athos are going to be one turn late everywhere where they want to be. So they want Athos and or Hawkeye to be able to help with Lloyd and Linus in the top right. And they don't want to have to go to the bottom left and then stay to guard from Darren in his right hand. So if Athos hit that Luna on Darren, then Darren would probably be already dead instead of this whole thing they had to do where they dance Athos and kill him. And then Athos could go head to where Linus and Lloyd are. But now, instead, they're stuck dealing with other stuff down here. It's pretty awkward. Because I think usually they would have... They could, for example, have Hawkeye block the bottom left, where Ursula and Jeremy are chilling. Like, I think my cursor's here, over here. They could go like in the choke point. And Athos could just go up and right whenever. I guess one other thing they could have done maybe is use the first couple turns to try and kill off Uhai. It's not reliable, but that means these units are free. And Hector can do this block over here. But they don't want to do that if they can help it, because then they get like XP bar on all these units, on Hector specifically. They don't have Lynn and Edward they can't attack. Hector in general is just very slow at killing Uhai. You might miss with one of these two on Uhai. He's very dodgy. So this was not the optimal strategy, but it, you know, what I'm saying is that backup strategy is not what you want to do usually. Usually just hit the 91 bolting. Anyway, the whole 91 hit really threw off Justin, and of course it's also a very intense race. So let's see if they can solve this. Okay, Chip Ursula smart. She's dangerous as fuck.
Sure.
No! Oh shit! Oh my god, if we don't crit Jeremy, he's gonna block the spot.
Oh yeah.
Fuck!
Because he moves first. That sucks.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, now Ursula gets out. And
Should we
she
go
will kill
Luna
Ellie with Lin. You have
on
to reset
her?
here, I think. There's no way
From
around
one
it.
range. Jeremy
Oh.
will kill himself on enemy phase.
Oh yeah, if you go one down. Yeah. Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
We just drop Excal.
But Lloyd and Linus are gonna get out.
Gotta crit something, bro.
Okay. And then
Fuck. I
where
have no
can-
axes.
Where can Okay. Wait. That's in range. That's in range, right? Of what's his name? The Linus Lloyd. No, it's one out.
It's not. No. Okay.
Okay, Hawkeye is dead, I think.
I think he's dead too.
You could just dodge. It's a general.
I've got nothing.
Damn.
That's unfortunate.
I think maybe you could have broken the bolting tome on Jeremy to then make it so you didn't need to crit him.
Don't worry about it.
But just do it
It's
again.
over, we don't need to dwell on it.
Peace. Like, you can notice that the stress is getting to Justin, but he's nearly there. He's doing well, but yeah, getting the race, it's very close between my Dart will go on and Deliberate Bunga. So we'll have to see. They are currently going through victory or death. So having...
Okay. I think if you do the same strategy again, you just win now. Like, it's a pretty small chance that it goes wrong, because 91 displayed hit is so low. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I mean, maybe you're about to find out. We'll see. Right now, I'm still going through victory or death on the bottom left, so I'm just going to keep watching Dart, see what goes on there. Surround strategy works. The reason they want to not kill Uhai also, I forgot to mention that before, is that if you kill all the enemies before Nurgle, then the room will open up. And when you're not ready for that, like if you don't have Athos in position to kill Nurgle, then very bad things can happen to you that get out of control very quickly. So you'd rather do that under your control. Like, generally the strategy will involve having Athos kill Lloyd and Linus by himself, and then the door will open up and then you're ready for it because Nils and Athos are already right there. But if they're somehow not in position, you don't want to be forced into that open room before Athos is there. And that's why they're not, for example, having darts try to kill Uhai here. But if you hit a bolting here, then what should happen is Athos gets to kill both of them. Both of these enemies inside. In some way. Oh, they use Ninja's Grace here. Interesting. I haven't seen that before, but I do like it. Stops you from having to elixir Athos. That's fine. Because now you can kill this guy with Hawkeye. Or Athos. That's fine. Yeah, you need both. Yeah, so if Athos doesn't crit with Luna there, you can finish him off with your Berserker. Be that Dart or Hawkeye. So they can go there. Get Basilicos, I guess. They don't really need that. Not sure what they do from here, but I know Justin has planned this chapter out. I know Athos can live a hit from Darren and a hit from the generic, so they definitely want to put him in there. What you can do is bolting and then dance and heal. No, you don't. You need the dance for something else, but you need, at the very least, you need to heal. If you have the chance to bolting here on Darren, that's great because then he just kills them both and you're done with that part. But now what you can do instead is have Hawkeye finish up business there while Athos goes to deal with something else. Or you can bolting Darren, or you can bolting Ursula. Okay. It all works. But I do think you want Athos to stay on the upper right side, so I'm not sure where he's going. Oh, he's going there. Okay, that's fine. Hawkeye has the Sword Slayer. He can handle Lloyd for a turn. I'm not sure. Is this in range of both Jeremy and Ursula? Jeremy moves first, so yeah, it is in range of both. So he goes there. He kills one. He's going to enemy phase kill the other one. And this time they don't have the problem to Brave Axe breaking because they didn't use like 8 uses not doing damage to Jeremy. So Jeremy gets countered by a Luna, but he's inside, so he doesn't threaten Eliwood and Lyn. Ursula gets killed. I like that bolting plus Luna combo on Ursula. That's pretty good. So at this point, they're poised to win. They are at 435-ish, about to finish up the final chapter, the hardest part of it. And we are at 431, so we have to win the game in like 5 minutes to beat them. Which is pretty hard, because this chapter alone takes like 5 minutes. roughly speaking. They're running away with Athos because they want to be ready up there, I guess. I don't remember if the door is open or not. I can't see it. But it's fine if it is because they have Sword Slayer Hawkeye right there. You do want to take care of Florina Linus before they get to Lynn and Eliwood, of course. Oh, looks like the door is open. So they want to do some kind of rescue job, I assume. I wonder if this is improv or not. Let's see if Sal's listening in.
Then drop.
Oh.
No, nice game over music.
Interesting. Usually you want to attack Lloyd this turn, but obviously they weren't able to. So I guess Hawkeye is going to finish off Jeremy with the Sword Slayer. I don't think he gets Weapon Triangle advantage, so he might miss, which would be really disastrous. This is kind of what you want anyway, though. Oh, nice crit on Linus. That's going to save him some breath, I guess. Hawkeye is going to have to kill Jeremy here, though. Otherwise, it's pretty bad. How much hit does he have? Ugh. I mean... You might as well, right? Okay, good. Brave Axe got him. I don't think that was in their plans. That seems far too unreliable to do. But now they can just move Athos in Nils' range, hit Lloyd with a Luna, get a dance off with Nils, kill Lloyd, and then they can just end the chapter on their own pace. Because Uha is still trapped between 3 lords that are just peacefully looking at him. Like, hey dude, I know you want us to like die, but have you considered just vibing with us instead? They just move Athos up. And yeah, oh, they can have Hawkeye get started on Uhai. That's fine. Is that a... Oh, it's a Brave Axe. I was like, why are you doubling Uhai? But it's the Brave Axe. Did you tune in yet, Sal?
Time to beat some Nurgle. Meanwhile, we see Heath flying.
Okay, so he didn't tune in yet, probably because he didn't want to distract Justin with the commentary. That's fair. I'll do it retroactively instead. Please throw Justin, I want to win! Alright, so are you Aureola Nurgle? Because he 2-shots you if you equip Luna, but Aureola gives a res boost and weapon triangle, so you don't die in 2 hits. And Nurgle always attacks first. You never have trouble with that upper room. Ever. And here you go. All you gotta do is park Athos in front of the Fire Dragon. And you're good. Let's see what their final time is like. And you can see... they're gonna finish at like 4:35-ish, maybe 4:34-ish something. It's hella close. If you're bored watching the Fire Dragon animations, you can always shift your attention to the other screens. I know 5-fanged offense is in the late game too, the end game even. Or you can watch Dart like get hit on low HP again if you want. Or you can watch Athos fight the Fire Dragon. That's always good. Notice that the body ring lets him double with Luna. So he does 30 times 2. And now you can just elixir up and do it again on enemy phase. If you're lucky, he crits. But if you're not lucky enough, then you just get 1 extra animation. No big deal after the ordeal of 2 entire games being raced, for sure. But I just want to see them hit their final time. Did you tune in? Did you tune in?
There we go.
This saves 1 animation, so.
Oh, the crit.
It's 1 animation saved.
And
Very
that's
nice.
it.
What's the time?
GG. It's 4:34, 44.
That's really funny.
That's about an FE10 draft race.
Right, and you can see bottom left, that's where we are at this point. Deliberate Bunga, we're at 4:39:02. So we have to beat the game in like -5 minutes to win, I think. Well, there's still I think the time from previous years is not counted in here, so it's really close. And 5-fanged offense is also in victory death, so pretty close timer-wise, but they do have a higher timer in the first place. So they're probably not in contention to win this. But they do have bootsless Heath, which we can take a brief look at. Alright, here we go.
To deploy Merlinus.
Oh, really? Why? We don't need that. Pure Water and Innisgrace? Or...
He can distract the... Yes. Oh,
Yeah.
just Pure Water. I guess I could.
No, I think Ninnisgrace is probably... Because he takes a ton of damage from, like, bolting. Okay, or he'll be fine. 1 above that 4. 2, or that. He could have reached anyway.
What? Okay, their audio is back now.
Well, she's gonna fight you next turn.
Well, you know what I mean. Actually, no, I said it right. We want to be fighting her.
We can't reach her next turn.
Yeah. But the following turn.
Oh. Okay.
I'm saying next turn, like, not this player phase, but the next player phase.
I see.
So I just want to go, like, right here, right?
Yeah, something like that, so you can just drop Hector next turn. You're just gonna have to dodge more ballistas than last time.
Well, now we've got the Delphi shield, so we don't actually have to dodge them.
They're still gonna do damage, aren't they?
I think they do significantly less. They lose their triple effectiveness, and we have
It's only double,
insane.
though.
They lose their double effectiveness, and we have insane defense.
Yeah.
Unless that hits.
Dodging these is good.
Very good. Yeah, see, it's
okay,
6
yeah,
damage
that's way
per round.
less. Holy shit.
The only thing that might be slightly an issue is if he takes 2. Oh, wait a minute. That's weird. But I can just go, like... Do I have to heal? Should I not fight her? But she's not gonna fight me. She's gonna attack Hector.
Problem.
So I can put him like here, right? This is the best spot to go.
Why not the fort?
Because then he can get blocked off, right? Or no? It's okay. I'll
Oh,
just listen to you.
from it. I see. Well, I'm sure it'll work.
She attacked Heath?
God.
Oh, nice.
Oh
crit,
God, you're
though.
so lucky.
That is, but do we lose Heath now?
I don't know, but is
He
it okay?
must have been
Is it okay if we do?
He must have been just underneath that threshold, bro.
Yeah.
It's bad because then we need to take an extra turn and Nils is in danger. I should have just moved her away, but I really didn't think Heath was about to get attacked by her.
Maybe
Okay,
he'll be okay.
good.
Maybe he'll be fine.
Yeah, Hector's Nini's graced, of
Bro,
course.
He's got way more avoid now. And
He's
he
gonna
dodged.
dodge.
He dodged most of them before.
I'm more afraid of the archers that aren't ballistas, though. Okay?
He's fine.
Okay?
Yeah.
Perfect.
There we go. Easy.
Okay, literally perfect. It's like
Yeah.
we planned it.
Terrific. Exactly like we drew it up. Another bolting. Nice.
You're so lucky for that. Holy shit, that's so funny. I didn't even hear about this one. I just searched it up. It's like, oh, I wonder how their victory or death went. That's insane. I think the reason Stella went for Heath is Heath was at 40 HP or something, and Stella would bring him to 10, which alone is like a very valid reason for her to take in a counterattack when she normally wouldn't. But also Hector was on a fort with Nini's Grace and a Pure Water on. Like, I think she was literally doing like 5 damage to him, if that. So yeah. Well, I mean, can't argue with results, right? So speaking of results, let's get to the actual finale. Let's get to the actual final chapter on how I played it. Alright, final chapter coming up for me. I'm just doing preps. And notable about the preps is we don't have a body ring for Athos because we had to give both to Dart, which throws off my planned strategies a bit because now Athos can't double something. So top of my head, he doesn't double the Fire Dragon anymore with Luna. He doesn't double the Warrior that's with Brendan when using Luna. And I think he still doubles Nurgle with Oriola, but even that I'm not entirely sure on. So everything is a question mark here. Most of the plans still work. Like, obviously, 2 speed doesn't make a difference on every enemy, but it makes a difference on a fair amount of them. But I think I'm just going to go with my usual plan. The Dart final chapter is a bit different from most carries because Dart is kind of good against like half of the enemies here. And I have a plan written down, but improvising a final chapter is like, it's never too late to throw, like, sometimes people in chess say it's never too late to, like, hang Mate in 1. That's basically what FE7 final chapter is, because if your Lord's game over, you have to reset the whole chapter, and there's 3 of them. And in addition, there's, like, so many strong enemies that if they get out of their cage a little bit too early, you just lose. But as you can see, I'm doing a similar strategy to Justin, where I kill a sniper turn 1 with the help of Nils and bolting, and then we just move out of Uhai's range when to surround him. And we brought Vita as our late game pick to help with killing things that our audience couldn't. So we have some extra options. Vita's not particularly good against, well, almost any enemy. Like, she can't even double this sniper. But she has a lot of move, she has a lot of attack, and she can help out if need be. I murdered the sniper, I don't remember what my plan is with Uhai. Let's listen into the audio of the in-game. Let's see if I can stand it. I kind of can't, I think, but let's try. Here. Do this. I'm nervous, by the way. Athos. What's it like? It's like pure water and an attack, right? Yeah. I think this is scuffed, but it's still on schedule. Next turn we're bolting Brendan. You're not doing anything, okay. Yeah, we were talking about the Draco, but decided not to do it. Probably would have been good. Okay, Athos
You
is
didn't have
35.
Draco Shield left.
That's not enough for Brendan, that's fine. For that.
Yeah, no Draco shields.
Alright, so left the Mills. Bolting Brendan. He reached that. I can't reach Uhai this turn, that's fine. Damn, it's Athos from the right. He can't double Dark Warrior here. So I'll just have to weaken him, I guess. So I'll just go here to do that.
Good.
Nice.
Vita Gaming.
Yeah, we don't need anyone to get involved besides them. Now, Uhai has only the Rain Flash, which it says it attacks twice, which he often does. Believe it or not.
I mean, he is kind of fast.
He's a fast boy. Wait, did I equip bolting here?
The bolting was on there, yeah.
Whatever. I think it's salvageable. If we go like Luna, and then bolting him to death. I didn't elixir him though on the right. I guess I'll have Dart and Vita take care of it.
Yeah.
Dart is a full
Dart
HP,
and
right?
Vita,
So
you
it should be fine.
Yeah. There's no
Relax his ass. I guess the war can kill Nils. I'll put Hector in the way. Don't drop that. We'll drop the 2-use Brave Axe. Go
the
here.
guy can bow anyway, so now you can return.
Yeah. But I still need to put Hector in the way for Nils' sake.
That's true. I guess Vita could have rescued and Hector take drop, but whatever.
Alright, we don't double Darren either. It is 1 AM, you're right. Elwood, he's fine. Anyway. I need to chill here. I have pure water for you, I don't. You have one, right? No, you don't. Okay, so I guess we don't have pure waters here. But I want him here anyway. How about you go take care of this problem here? I'm so hesitant, holy shit. Good enough for me. I haven't blocked the daring part now. Think he does enough to take care of shit? Have you come over here to help with Ursula? No, actually, no, I needed help with Void. Oh, whatever. We'll take care of it.
You have a spare bolting, so...
Yeah, well, bolting is not very good against him, but Dart is. You're fine, right?
With the Basiliscos, yeah. Oh, with the crit, yeah.
Very nice.
Only dots. By the way, I could use Vida to delay these two a little bit. That's probably a good use of her. To make it less hectic over here. Just like get wrecked by Ursula, but delaying our movement a little bit. Bye. Kill that. Bring the boys in. Put him, I think, here. The Iron Room should be safe. Okay. You do
Oh,
these
nice
two.
crit.
Broken unit. Unfortunately, I just put myself in a cringe position. Because now I have bolting equipped. And you... 6 down, 14... You don't double Hector. Pretty sure, right? I'm not crazy, right? 14 doesn't get doubled by weight down by 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simply helpful now.
As long as Lin is out of the way.
That's out of range,
we're all
right?
Good.
Okay, watch out for Ellie with a Lin, I guess. And always throw in a final chapter.
Still in range. Yeah, that's safe. That's safe. Okay.
Okay, we do need to kill Ursula next turn though. Right, right, yep, easy, easy, easy. Okay, now we need to walk up the Nurgle slowly. Because if we get Berserk, it's still Jover. Bro.
Oh my god.
That's the
so
worst
sad.
That's
crit.
insane. But I mean, I risked it, it's my fault.
God.
I'm so good at the game, guys.
We officially have 7 minutes to beat the final chapter.
Easy peasy. Simply game harder than we've ever gamed. Never too late to choke on the final chapter.
That wasn't even that hard of a choke. That crit rate wasn't that high.
It really wasn't. We probably should take care of things more quickly though, because we were falling behind on things quite a bit. We pure water, okay, yeah, we pure water, okay. That was pretty dumb.
Vita can just attack.
These don't really help that much. I should just kill with Dart.
Dart wouldn't have killed without that, so.
I guess I should just keep Athos in the bottom after he's done with Brendan and friends. I even had the Iron Rune, I just had it on someone else. It's so funny. Gets benched. Alright, I guess I'll need to heal. And then bolting. Or bolting and then heal, I guess.
Yeah, then approach him.
I mean, do I even approach? Guess I will.
With Luna equipped, yeah.
Oh, this is in range, isn't it? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brendan?
You're good.
Oh, you're good. Okay. Nice.
Good.
The crit. Never seen before.
Excellent.
Nice. Dead morph. Alright, beat up the Basilicos. You're weakened, right? Ugh.
A ranged attack is fine.
About this?
Yeah, that works.
It's gonna go down anyway, right? Yeah, it's probably better to go down for Athos. Eh. If we're doing this, we might as well... No, we need the Basilicos.
Yeah.
Go get it. Are you serious, though?
Okay.
Come on.
Drop the Brave Eggs.
Yep. Bolting Baron.
Basiliscos can kill those.
Basiliscum.
Good crit.
20 dots. Ooh, Luna.
You can bolting on your way up. Dart can finish him off while Athos heads up.
And we kind of have to go like as far close as possible, right? And we need this elixir. We have Luna equipped, so we're good.
Everyone's in the right spot.
I think so too. Ooh, never to throw Edward away. Okay.
Yeah, you're good.
Crit. Nice.
Okay, we're still doing the good. Okay.
Are we on pace? I mean, we have a pretty long fire dragons ahead of us as well.
Yeah, we would need to win in the next like 4 minutes.
That's doable. Ugh.
Just crit and don't get hit twice. You don't need him anymore after this, right?
It's true. But I do need someone to kill him. Okay, there we go.
Nice.
Okay, so I just full move everyone away, I guess? Because I need Athos to be close to the final room.
Yeah,
Like, you're out of range here, right? Oh, he's not. Okay, whatever. Just kill him, I guess, and see what happens.
yeah, kill him and
Hey, you could dance and then move further.
just move the dancer up, yeah.
And then what? Dance him?
Can you rescue him with Vita
Yeah,
and
dance
then
Hector.
dance for Vita?
I meant, but whatever.
Yeah, next turn dance him. So move up with Nils.
Sure.
No.
Right?
Athos gets more move this way.
I mean, this way you probably should
Because you
have
can
rescued
take
with
and then
Vida
drop
and
as far up.
then drop.
Yeah, so you can rescue him with Vita and then drop him next turn.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
Yeah, we're good.
Well, good. We have a Berserk dude on our hands.
I think it's just guaranteed Ellie would dead, right?
Basically. I'm scared, chat. I'm scared. Yeah, that's pretty bad. We have to win this turn to not get fucked. There's only one character who can do that, and that's Dart.
The riskier the play, the more it's paid off. Wait, can you trade the Killer Axe? Or...
I mean, I need the Basilicos to kill Nurgle for sure.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Athos is not going to double Nurgle, is the problem.
Can Hector block the room to Elliewood?
No, Fight Up will just go
No,
right through.
you can
Berserk
just one
goes
through.
past. Berserk goes past.
True.
The only chance is that Nils gets killed instead of Edelwood. Which, I mean, it can happen. Alright. So, rescue drop Athos maneuver? I guess. I can't block the room, guys. I'll just drop Athos into range. Athos does attack first. I guess I can equip Luna with no penalty and just hope I crit. I don't remember how much damage Athos takes though, so hopefully he didn't need an elixir here.
Well, this would be our only way of winning anyway.
Mm-hmm. Dude. She's so funny.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
The
Good thing I
only
brought
way I
Vita.
could have seen fixing that is if you moved Elliewood towards the door, where there's... Well, no, because... But never mind, Vita has 5 spaces to attack. Never mind.
So, at this point on my third attempt, I think it's pretty clear that we have lost. Like, even if the Fire Dragon teleported into this room and we instantly Luna crit him with Athos, it would still not be enough to catch up, I do believe. So, yeah, I have thrown, and I have to admit that it took me quite a while to process it, which sounds stupid because this was just a race. Like, there are no prizes on the line. All we really have is pride and fun in draft racing, and that's it. But it still felt bad, and I don't want to end things on a sour note, so I'll go back to positivity in a minute. But just to emphasize what this throw meant to me and what it's been doing, living rent-free in my head, it sucked, and it was a little bit worse than losing other races I've lost before, but this one felt extra bad, and I'm still trying to identify exactly why it is, but I have some thoughts. One of them is it's a group race, so I didn't just screw myself over, but I also screwed over teammates. Maybe it's the level of preparation that each of us put into the race. I put hours and hours into practicing not just FE7, but also FE9 and what's it called? FE8. So maybe that time investment combined with like an emotional investment and just wanting to finish first. Maybe there's a part of me that's like thinking I kind of have to win because I've been draft racing longer than most of the people on the scene right now, which I know rationally is silly, but that's how emotions work. Sometimes they're not entirely rational. Maybe it's being confronted with the fact that I used to be very proud of being able to improvise races very well, and now I've been more reliant on just having like a set of moves that I think work out the best, and when I have to deviate from it, like here, it's become very clear that I maybe do that a little bit too much, and that's painful. That's annoying. And that sucks. Yeah, it's part of why it took me a little bit of extra time to get this recap out, on the fact it's like nearly 3 hours long. That also doesn't help. But that also didn't help a whole lot. And I've recorded this part a couple of times, but all I can say, it's weird. I don't usually think of myself as a sore loser, but I do admit I have the thoughts of a sore loser sometimes without acting upon it, or maybe do sometimes act on it. And if I do, that's my B. I will try to improve. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know why it is that I think I have to prove myself so badly when it's really just a group of friends playing Fire Emblem fast and having fun doing it. Usually this is not a very high pride elitist kind of setting. Anyway, yeah, it's bad. This Klaire went a little bit better. I could complain about RNG here, and it wouldn't be entirely unjustified, but it would be kind of silly because so much more happened than bad RNG to justify the way that this went. Like, yeah, Dart got speed screwed, but he still recovered with his post-promotion level ups to the point where he doubled pretty much everything he needed to. I could complain about Hector getting crit in that one spot with Ursula, but as I said earlier, I probably shouldn't have made those last two moves in the first place, moving Athos there using bolting, and then moving Hector behind. No matter what I did after the first move, it put myself in a worse spot than if I found a better move. I'm convinced of that. There were several points as well, like letting Vida get berserked instead of having Jeremy stay alive. And then the moves I made after that happened were just plain not optimal. I feel like listening back, I just plain wasn't listening to my teammates and their ideas. But there were so many things coming at me at once, and it was like 1 or 2 a.m. in the night, and I was tired as fuck, and it's just like big chaos. So improvements to be made, for sure. That said, I want to end on a positive note and say here that I really enjoyed this whole experience. The collaboration aspect of the relay races especially was a lot of fun. There's this awkward bit in draft racing where on one hand it's a social game where you just have fun with people like exchanging ideas, but also like racing to each other and trash talking a little bit, like friendly banter and just enjoying Fire Emblem together. But there's also an antisocial aspect that I want to highlight to normal draft racing, which I don't think gets a whole lot of attention, that I think I might as well throw some shade on here. This is a horrible position, though. I don't know what I did to make this happen. At this point, I'm like not trying to finish. I still want to finish before 5-fanged offense did. But throwing twice in a row, 3 times in a row, if you think about it, it's pretty bad for your ability to concentrate and make good moves. Anyway, so the antisocial segment I want to highlight is that there's 3 stages to draft racing when you think about it. It's before the whole event, so the build-up is like, okay, we decided to draft race, now let's practice and see where we go. Then there's during the race and there's after the race. And right now, none of these are ideal circumstances for having fun talking about the event together. Why is that? Well, before the race, you're planning things, but the more you reveal about your own strategy, the more you're putting yourself at a competitive disadvantage. So even though there's no need to like keep strategy super tight to your chest or anything, it's not that competitive, but it's kind of annoying that you have to choose between doing the optimal thing for your race and having the most fun Rip Dart socializing for the race. And it's not terrible, but it's unfortunate. Like, I'd rather be able to do both, you know what I mean? And that's what this race allows you to do. It allows you to collaborate with your teammates on the best strategies while also having fun, doing practices together, cooking strategies. It's just a blast compared to the kind of isolating incidents of before, where you didn't really have anyone to collab with unless you were doing some kind of other team race. But generally, there were solo races. Like, everyone just has, it's 1 player, 1 game. Then there's during the race, where, yeah, you no longer really have to keep your strategies to the chest, but also you're racing, you're busy, you don't really have a whole lot of time to talk to other people. You can kind of talk about what's happening with your team, but generally I find that when there's like 3 or 4 people racing at a time and one person's like, oh, I got a hit, oh, I got a crit, oh, I got a good level up, no one's really paying attention to you within that call because they're all racing their own things unless they're on break. So it's like, it's a bunch of streamers in the same room talking to themselves, but not really talking with each other, like exchanging things. This is like 4 one-sided conversations happening at the same time. And it's not very interesting to do. It's probably fine to watch, I assume. So it's also not ideal for conversations, is basically what I'm saying. Then there's after the race, and if they take a long while, then it might be like midnight for some people, or at least you've all been racing for like 3, 4, 5 hours, not even including like tech setup and the drafting process itself, depending on what race it is, of course. So that is bad too, kind of. It's not horrible. And also, I find that the results of the race kind of impact how you talk about it. And again, I think this is related to the part I said a bit earlier about like not trying to be a sore loser or a sore winner, because I feel like no matter what the result is, I always kind of have to justify the result no matter what it was. If I lost, I have to mention some bad RNG, and if I won, I'm talking about my good strategies, which I think is a kind of a tacky habit I have that I'm trying to curb. So here's a apology to anyone who's ever raced with me if I ever do that, because it's definitely kind of tacky. But yeah, everyone is tired and the race has been played, but yeah, you don't really like the anticipation of like before the event is also gone. It's not an ideal environment for talking about the race in a friendly way. But this whole event made that much better, because now you can talk to your teammates during all these and enjoy all the good and the bad moments together. When you get a lucky crit, or when you get crit by an unlucky crit, you experience that together. You can have a laugh about it and continue onwards, plan strategies together, try to come up with plays together during the race. It's a really good experience. So for one last time, thank you to everyone who participated. Thank you for Justin for doing all the work to setting it up. Thanks to everyone who made it possible. Thanks to everyone who watched, who enjoyed this whole event together with us. Thanks for everyone who just watches the recap. Thanks to everyone who goes back and watches the VODs. Thanks to Wolfstrike and Sal for providing neutral POV commentary for all the races. Wolfstrike for, I believe, FE9, and Sal for the other two events. And I am happy to announce that there's going to be another one with 3 different games on the line for, I think it's like April through June, roughly. I think March through June, that we're working on. It's games I am not as familiar with, so I'm going to take some time to get familiar with them. And there might be some draft race practice streams where we show off what we can do. Might have some of my teammates on call. We're doing different teams too. We're mixing it up, so I'm going to get to know a lot of other players doing so as well. And we have to come up with a fancy team name again. So Team Deliberate Bunga and the other teams are unfortunately retiring from here, but they've had a good run. So yeah, it has been a blast. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all next time. Goodbye.